Yeah.
Go ahead, Big Smoke.
Go ahead. You want to try to intro?
No, I do not want to intro.
Go ahead, boss.
I just wanted that on record. Hello and welcome to the podcast. I am joined by the Jay Garrick and the Wally West to my Barry Allen, the Guy Gardner and the John Stewart to my Kyle Raynor.
Guy Gardner.
Yeah.
Damn.
I've already used Kilowatt.
I wanted to be Kyle Rayner of anything.
I know, but like.
As long as I'm John Stewart.
No, he said John. He went John Stewart, Guy Gardner, because I'm.
He always goes from right to left.
Yeah, if you guys want to flip, I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah.
You guys can
fine, you can be John
I have
Stewart.
to be John.
You can be John.
If anybody in here would be John, it'd be me.
If I can be Wally, you can be John. That's fine.
That's fine. I don't care about you.
I knew he would prefer.
I would. Yeah, Jay. Yeah, I'd be Jay.
You'd be. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I knew the Flash one was gonna be immediate. Also, the Roman Reigns and the Dean Ambrose, my Seth Rollins, and that's a wrestling one. I understand no one else in the room.
You can be Dean Ambrose.
Sure. Can I be
Oh yeah, no, that one was.
Can I be? I don't know.
But most importantly, it's the Kaiju Commander, and he's gonna hate me. The anime wizard to my Captain Comics.
Oh, I knew you were gonna do something like anime shit, and I was gonna be like, I'm not even like.
I told Barry it.
I'm wearing an anime T-shirt, but like.
I'm the Kaiju Commander, and I'm wearing a Cleveland Cavaliers jersey.
Yeah,
I don't really think it matters.
Damn.
And of course, Tanner Bays as always.
Good morning.
Hi.
I'm Zach Young, and we have a special guest with us. We have Dane from the Popstriker Podcast.
Yes. Hello.
Say straight out of witness protection.
Straight out of witness protection. It's good to be here. I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a hell of a show. And with us on this side and Techie on the other, this is the Kaiju and Comics Podcast, where we talk about anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
That was good.
Whatever you guys' days was
long. I was in the office all day, so.
There you go.
As long as he's in the office all day.
Listen, I gotta talk to Karens all day. I understand.
Makes
I
me
understand
sad.
you have to have.
I went to the doctor this morning for my
How'd you
diabetes.
Oh.
I walked in, I sat down. There's no better feeling than when you go to the doctor, there's a woman who brings you in and they weigh you and they do your blood pressure. I love having a conversation with those women because I feel like they have like one of the worst jobs because if some dude has a bad day, they're going to argue with them, but they won't argue with their doctor.
Yeah.
I made that lady laugh today and it made me feel like a different type of man. So I felt so good.
You just flirted with the nurses all
I did not flirt. It was very, very platonic.
Very professional.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you.
You can't say I have a girlfriend. You can't just stitch me up like
this. They put him on the scale. They said, "Ooh, big boy." And he did the little Tanner shake. Like he was like, "Ooh." I'm so glad to be here. So happy to be here. I was looking forward to this for like the whole weekend. I was so excited.
I'm glad it didn't fall apart at the last minute. I was afraid of that.
It's on my calendar.
Listen, we're happy you're on. Like I met you today, you're fucking coolest dude.
Thank you.
I can't fucking wait to talk about some shit.
Thanks, buddy.
Today.
No, yeah, I make a commitment. I stick to that shit.
Yeah.
Guarantee. How's your day, buddy?
It was long and hot, but we made it through. Right. We're at the fun part of the day now. We got any news for today?
Plenty of news.
Yeah, y'all start, and I'll just...
Yeah.
Well, you lead the news. Whenever we get to the thing that I want to talk about.
I'm waiting for you to open the can.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Yep. Go. I saw something yesterday where it was like how to open a can like loud as hell, and you like turn it to the other side. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. You want to bring that up right now. So go ahead with some of the news.
We've talked about this before. You and I have on a separate segment because of having to split it up from the news, and I get tired every time I have to bring it up. WWE has released yet more talent.
Yeah, this was going. Yeah.
No, I'm not going to get into the because it was like 14 names. I'm not getting into all the names. Most of them are cruiserweights from their 205 Live show, which I assume they're canceling because they have a whole 4 members of that roster now.
Okay.
But 2 of the names was Tyler Breeze and Fandango, who, if you just want to watch something funny, go on YouTube, type in Fashion Files. Imagine Law and Order, but Fashion Police, and just let your mind think of how funny that can be. And it's that crossed with like insider wrestling jokes. It's so good.
It is actually funny. Like I know.
I'm gonna check that shit out.
I know like basically nothing about wrestling, but it made me laugh.
I want to get into it. I really want to get into it.
I don't because I feel like I'll like it too much.
That's what I'm saying.
I got enough going on with basketball and football, so...
One of my favorite YouTubers, Super Eye Patch Wolf, he does, like, a series... No, he's really good. Like, that's the name, but, like, he makes really good content, but he's done, like, a lot... He does a lot of anime content, unfortunately. Now you call me the anime wizard. But he does some wrestling videos that are really good, and that's what made me go. Yeah. Wrestling's kind of cool, yeah.
There's some fun stuff in it, but there's a lot of bad with it, and coming through stuff like this.
Like comics.
So you think we're going to get another big wave of releases? Is this going to be a regular thing now?
The problem is this is like the 4th or 5th wave since COVID has started.
Who's in the first wave? So I know there's the Samoa Joe wave, I know, the Braun Strowman one, and now this one is the Fashion Files guys. They're the ones that I remember.
God, I want to say that the first wave was more lower card talent. Like, there weren't any big names like there has been these past few times. But it's just, it's kind of disheartening. Like, we were watching the news video for it last year. Fandango has been in that company for 14 years.
He's gone.
I've heard of Fandango,
Yeah.
Yeah, when he debuted, his theme song caught fire somehow.
Yeah.
And Tyler Breeze is just great. And Tyler Breeze is a good example of a NXT call-up that went wrong. So
Yeah, that's like half of the roster, is it not?
not half of it, but a good portion
I'll
of
give
it.
you a third.
Maybe. You have to actually call up your
nod.
NXT talent in order to fuck them up.
I'm gonna just nod so I can look like I know what
Honestly,
the
it's
fuck
half
you're
the
talking
things I
about.
do.
I'm gonna just like
You just gotta look convincing.
Just don't be surprised if we see Johnny Curtis or Tyler Breeze. I don't know Tyler Breeze's indie name in the AEW soon.
Yeah.
They'd be
right?
dumb not to hire him.
Oh yeah.
AEW is WWE's top competitor in the U.S. right now, and jokes are being thrown because they keep hiring the talent that WWE releases, while WWE continues to release some of the greatest wrestlers on the roster.
Shit. Okay.
I don't understand how it's a joke, but I don't understand why people are making the jokes about AEW picking up good talent.
It's because that sort of thing, signing the ex-WWE guys, was exactly what WCW did. Yeah. So it's just kind of like that parallel.
Is there any rumblings about? Did they say anything? Did anybody say anything after they got released? I saw one dude was kind of bitter.
There were some bitter ones. Fandango thanked the McMahons for the opportunity. The thing about like when people leave WWE is they're kind of nice most of the time because
I've heard a lot of wrestlers are nice,
and that's what sucks because I'm of the mindset that I don't think they're being nice because they want to be nice. It's that
a contract thing.
No, that WWE just has a monopoly over this.
Yo, you're absolutely correct.
Right.
They literally can't say anything bad about them because then you'll never work again.
Yeah.
No,
you're
you
absolutely
could go
correct.
to AEW and make I don't want to say chump change, but it's a completely different thing.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Fuck
And
Vince
again,
McMahon.
Vince
Fuck
McMahon.
Vince McMahon.
He's on my top 5 most disliked people because I don't hate nobody.
An asshole.
Disliked.
No, I can't say that. We'll say this show when we're not recording.
I
You know
Vince
exactly. You know what video I'm thinking of?
Yes, I know what you're thinking
You know
of.
what video I'm thinking of?
Poor Booker, man.
Oh my god. Who's that one wrestler where like his whole heel thing is that he's like a rich kid asshole? He like his whole thing was that he was like a rich kid asshole. He like somebody was like you ruined my son and he tweeted like fuck them kids or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about MJF.
Yeah.
That's an AEW guy. That is the
he's
best
an AEW guy? He's awesome. He's great.
Keeping kayfabe alive.
He's
and if he
great.
sees this video, he will say, who the fuck are they and what the fuck is kayfabe?
That guy, yeah, no, he's awesome. I love that dude.
Love
He's
him.
such an asshole. Like, he's great. He's
Plucked
great.
from obscurity by Chris... It might have been either Cody Rhodes or Chris Jericho. Plucked him, saw him at an indie show, called up Tony Khan, who's the owner of AEW, said, we want this kid on our roster. Hired him in, literally, at the promo where they introduced him. Everyone was like, who the fuck is MJF? They left the promo thinking, oh shit, that's MJF.
That's awesome
Made
because
it. First time.
There was this dude. It was one of those YouTube videos I was watching, but it suggested this one like there's this guy who does like kind of like you know those I think it's like Variety. They do like the house tours. It's like that, but it's with wrestlers, and he goes to MJF's, and they make it kind of like this weird, creepy, kind of like Hereditary ass like video where like you can hear his parents arguing upstairs, but you never see his parents and shit like that. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, because MJF refuses to let the kayfabe go, which is so again, it's the same thing with Braun Strowman, so unheard of today because we all know everything about the business.
Right.
So for him to just put up that wall and being like, "I'm the heel, I'm an asshole," and he just keeps. He only broke once, and I think that's because he broke something was going to be off TV or something like that. And that was the only time he broke his character.
Gotcha.
He's great. But yeah, just more releases.
That's my weekly
See, I'm gonna get into wrestling.
WWE hate out of the way. I can wait another week and then I'll reload and I'll let it out again.
I mean, hopefully we don't get more releases, but we might.
It's Vince.
I know.
Keep it up.
So, Spider-Man Beyond.
Spider-Man Beyond. I have opinions on Spider-Man
Do
Beyond.
you know about
doing
Spider-Man Beyond?
Enlighten me.
So, when did this reveal happen? Because I didn't track the reveal very much. I did most of the reading on it today.
week ago.
So
a week ago, I think.
It was just a logo post originally, right? They just posted Spider-Man Beyond is going to be the next era of Spider-Man comics.
Yeah, but I also follow Patrick Gleason. I think that's his name, right?
Okay.
I follow him, the artist.
Comic book writers.
I found him. I follow him on Instagram.
Okay.
And he released some of the art. I saw that you retweeted that you didn't like the costume.
I don't
hate it. I actually kind of like it. I think it's kind of neat looking.
It's definitely not the worst costume that Ben Reilly's ever wore.
Yeah, and how do you feel about the off, kind of like aligned spider kind of thing on this? Like it's not centered.
I understand what they're going for.
I think it looks kind of.
I appreciate what they're going for. I would rather him be in a sensational suit. I can't lie to you.
Is that the one? You
Excuse me.
No. So that's the sketch for it. That is the sketch for it. There is a color post.
And there's a color post, which is like.
What are the colors?
It's
just
normal Spider-Man colors, but
blue and red? What's up?
Yeah.
It's red and blue, but like and then like it goes to the sides a little bit. It's kind of cool.
That's it.
Yeah,
it's supposed to mimic because when he wears
you don't like that?
spiders off to the side. I don't hate it.
It's cool.
I think that's one of the coolest.
It's fresh.
It's
tough. It's fucking tough.
I think that's my second favorite Spider-Man suit.
You saying
That's
fresh,
tough.
I think, is a good way to put it. It's different than what we got before. It doesn't look ugly by any means. Like
Now you want to know what my problem is with Spider-Man Beyond?
Oh no.
If they're implying that they're not going to do Peter Parker anymore. Number one, you already killed Peter. Don't do it again. Like you're rehashing shit. But number two, you have like why the fuck is it Ben Reilly? I know there's Ben Reilly fans out there. No, listen. Hear me out. Because you can do still Ben Reilly, but like keep him as Scarlet Spider because I like Scarlet Spider. My thing is, you have a person who is like almost now synonymous with Peter Parker for how famous they are because they're on actual like official Marvel merchandise, which is Miles Morales.
Yeah.
Like Miles Morales is like a household big ass name.
Yeah, I agree with you.
People know him as much as Peter Parker now, and you're not going to use him as your new main Spider-Man.
So I think that this is
not only that,
yeah,
but the fact that they could be showing a little bit more appreciation to what has been going on in the past year.
Exactly.
I think it would be a great statement from Marvel.
For sure, and like mixing that design with the Miles colors would be fucking tough.
I wouldn't use that.
That would be dope.
Miles.
You wouldn't use the design?
I wouldn't use that design. That design works for Ben Reilly in my mind
in
because
Mayday.
That offset. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because that offset logo, number one, it channels his old Spider-Man suit design, and it channels the offset logo for his hoodie.
Yeah.
That's why I do kind of like it. I like that it is referencing his old stuff. I think in a different story, you absolutely do Miles, but it looks like that they're making Ben a corporate Spider-Man. And that's what this story is supposed to be, and I don't think you do that with Miles.
My thing, and I was going to say that because if it's just a temporary thing, if it's just like a story arc or two.
Is it going to be a temporary thing? Yes, it's going to be a temporary thing.
No, but you know what I mean by temporary. Like, you know how they made like X-23 Wolverine, and it was like for like a grip, like 2 or 3 years? If it's like that, make Miles the main Spider-Man. But like, if it's just for like an arc, I'm fine with Ben.
It channels a lot of Superior Spider-Man vibes in that they're going to switch it for a while. You kind of know it's going to go back because you're not going to keep Peter Parker from being Spider-Man for long.
Yeah, but
it's comic books. The status quo always kind of comes back.
But I've always had in my mind, I've talked about this not on the podcast, but like with Dane and Gene. Shout out. I'm here. That's what I'm here to promote, baby. Darian disagrees with me with this a little bit, but like how you should age Peter up like just 30, 32. Have him marry MJ. MJ gets pregnant with May from the Spider-Girl comics, and Aunt May dies. You kill off Aunt May and like have him have her be like the new May that he's protecting. And
in other words, just don't do one more day.
And like, basically. And what you can really do is do some really cool stories of like Mary Jane being like, you gotta be here for our family. You can't like the responsibility is us. And you start to slowly phase out Peter and introduce Miles, like kind of like Batman Beyond, where it's like where like Peter's like, I don't want you to have a Gwen Stacy moment.
Oh yeah.
Like I want you to be like prepared. So like you do Spider-Man and you slowly phase it out. You call it amazing, and then like when Miles comes in, you do Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And then like that'd be cool.
Yeah, and I
would be
fully
cool.
agree with
Yeah.
you. I want to live in a comics world where these characters can move on.
Yeah, and retire.
Yeah, and I say this a lot.
Have you read that? Not the. My bad. I derailed your whole shit.
Oh, you're good.
No, I think I did it.
I'm the editor.
Your. Have you read? It was like the Spectacular Spider-Man, not Spectacular. Superior, the newest one, where he gets like a clone of Peter's body.
Kofi, no.
It's not bad. It's like
The one where he's like, where Doc Ock is in a new body and he's posing as the Doctor and he's being
No.
Superior Spider-Man in like San Francisco or some shit.
yeah. That's it.
I was interested
Helps the kid with
in it.
cancer. It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all.
No, and
Yeah.
my problem with that isn't that happened. It's that the resolve of that was Doc Ock deciding to be evil again for some. It's that same thing. It's status quo and comics returning. Like,
Well, that's what I watched. I was telling him about it a little bit earlier. He listens to me.
yes.
Yo, you ever want to come to Popstriker? You ever
Just
want to?
let me know.
I'll do it right now. I was watching a documentary called Chris Claremont's X-Men, and his whole thing when he was writing X-Men was like characters were going to retire and like move on or die and stay dead. You know what I mean?
That thing that never
And
happens.
yeah, the thing that never happens anymore. He told me you don't like Cyclops very much.
Fuck Cyclops.
Yeah, no, listen. In the world, I'll disagree.
Listen,
but
I'm not the biggest X-Men fan, but I will acknowledge that most of your X-Men characters are fantastic.
yeah,
Fuck Cyclops.
no, listen. We'll have a Cyclops episode, but listen. In the world of Chris Claremont, that if he got what he wanted, you wouldn't have Cyclops
I love him.
for a long time because Cyclops. When
You
Jean,
had me and then you lost me.
listen. When Jean died, Cyclops was going to get married, have a kid, and that's it.
Why
Like,
did Jean have
move
to?
on.
Why couldn't we kill Cyclops instead?
Well, he was just gonna be like a retired dad. He
I'd rather
he
him
was
be
gonna
dead.
get all schlubby and like be sad. You don't want that?
But what is the? Why do you hate Cyclops?
Oh no.
What? Just give us the cliff notes.
Every time I see Cyclops in a comic, he makes me upset in not a good way.
Why?
I get you. I get what you.
Yeah, like he's always just
Well,
kind
like,
of an asshole that's trying
like
to be a
cartoon
hero.
Cyclops. That's
He's
not
a
like
hero.
comic Cyclops. Yeah.
But he's the asshole who's being the like it's. There's some cool things where you pop in and it's like he's rubbing against Professor X, and when they have separate factions, it makes sense when they're doing it like that.
Yeah.
But other times it's just like, nah, you're an asshole. Like,
Come on, what's wrong with being the asshole friend? Hey, what's wrong with it?
Cyclops.
Phoenix 5, Cyclops.
Yo.
He goes off. He be flying.
Phoenix
us.
5 Cyclops.
He just walks straight, just like this, and a million lasers going out. It bangs.
it's like one of those heroes that I feel like should just be a villain.
I think that's only because of the way he's written.
I know.
The way he's
Well,
been
like,
written.
I was gonna put you
I
on
agree
something.
with you. Now, I'm a firm believer in the there's no bad characters, just bad writing.
Yeah.
But
I
fuck
feel
Cyclops.
like the MCU could do a lot of good shit with Cyclops because
They could do a lot of good
the-
with the X-Men.
yeah.
I'm gonna be completely and were you I don't remember who it was that told me this that said whenever the X-Men get introduced into the MCU, they would like to see them use different X-Men than what we've seen.
We were
so
talking
many
about
times
that
in
when we went out
reboots.
for dinner.
Yeah.
But I think Cyclops could work because Cyclops is best written when you get the context that he was an orphan, and then when he was like 13, 14, he got turned into essentially a child soldier by Xavier. So he never had really a normal childhood, and then when everybody else graduated, he stayed to take care of Xavier, and so like he never had his own life. So when he acts like an asshole like that, it's because I always like the interpretation that like he doesn't know how to interact socially with people because he's just like
There's
weird.
interesting
Which
stories
is
to tell there.
yeah.
I'm not saying there isn't. I'm just saying.
I always
fuck
thought Cyclops just had Asperger's, just undiagnosed.
Legitimately, yeah, I can see that. That could
I
be
would
a
say
really
that's
interesting
what I would do,
angle
to be honest.
because he doesn't.
If you would let me
yeah.
write anything, that's what I'd do.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Well,
It's
other than
not
what
the
I've
worst.
already written.
Bringing it back to the Kevin Grievous, the dude who made Blue Marvel, he made and voiced Black Beetle. Like his
There you
arch.
go.
Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah.
That's
I saw that today.
That's cool as fuck.
But yeah, man, that I can tell he's got like
He did.
all
He
these
got-
cool ass
bro, he-
ideas
he
brewing
do-
in.
he got the-
It's all I do.
You ever want me to come on for a DC pitch? I'll do a DC pitch like a motherfucker.
Yo, if
I'll do
either of
something.
these guys can't be here for one of the times, like,
Oh, I'm coming.
come in.
I'm coming
Yeah.
because when you got to get on Saga. You got to read Saga.
I got to explain that shit to you.
Yeah.
What we're
This
planning
is-
on doing.
I'm gonna
Big
put you
thing.
on. I'm gonna put you on. I got you.
All right. So what were we speaking on before we went?
We were talking about Spider-Man Beyond.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
think I'm interested as hell in it.
Yeah, no, it
I'm
looks
gonna
cool.
be picking it up when the issues are dropping. It's starting in Amazing Spider-Man 75, I believe.
Okay.
And it's also the start of the new run. In a former episode, I talked about the Spider-Man Venom comic for Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
That's going to be kicking off Spider-Man Beyond and Al Ewing's Venom run.
Which is gonna.
When they told us that might be the most ambitious Spider-Man Venom story to date, I'm starting to believe them now.
Well, I saw something cool from Donnie Cates' Twitter today. It was either today or yesterday, but I wanted to tell you this. They apparently originally at the end of the Venom run they were going to make Miles the new Venom, and decided against it. And I thought, oh, that would have been really fucking cool.
Yeah, we haven't spoke on Venom 200 at all on here.
We can do it right now.
We can. I loved it.
I haven't read it yet, but
okay, we don't have to go deep into
it.
No,
you're good.
Because
I'm behind on
Miles to be the new Venom.
I'm behind on Venom.
I absolutely hated that idea.
I'm
because
behind
of what
on
they
Venom.
did in the comic. I loved it.
I love what they did in the comic more.
I really hope Al Ewing keeps that as he goes with Venom.
Is it? I saw some spoilers. Is it the son?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
They handled that
sick.
well too.
It's so
how
good.
the transfer happens. And I wanted to tell you this because you had a problem, not like a problem, but you had a, I guess kind of like, but not like a big problem with Eddie Brock being more jokey in 200. When I read it, it came off that he has like
not Eddie Brock being it's not Venom. It wasn't what I'm worried about. I've looked through some of Thor, just Donny Cates stuff, and I just don't want Hulk to be jokey.
Okay.
I'm so used to Al Ewing being weird and like introspective and stuff like that. I kind of just wish I'd get more Al Ewing, but I'm gonna get down, and he's good, so he'll do it. But I
was listening to that episode today. He's not that jokey. You read his Thanos stuff.
I've read bits and pieces.
He's not very jokey in Thanos. Yeah. Like Thanos, there's barely any jokes.
That's what I'm saying.
And honestly, Thanos is his best Marvel stuff, straight up.
Yes, I would probably say that.
It's so fucking good.
You still haven't read it.
I do need to go.
Every time we see it at the store, I told you that it's good.
It leads into that last page, double page spread in the final volume of Thor, with the hammer with the gems on it and shit.
In the first volume.
In the first volume of
you said
Thor.
final. That's why.
Yeah,
I'm aware. We talked about it on here before.
There's some. Yeah. No. But I was gonna say, you can tell, you know how all Cates' shit is connected. You can tell that the Thanos shit, when I read the end of Thor, I got excited because it reminded me a lot of the Thanos stuff in Thanos, which I was like, oh shit, it's good. It's really good.
I know you read his first. Did you read any more into his Thor run?
I just gotta get next paycheck. I'm probably gonna get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We were doing. I'm all the way caught up now. We did. I don't think it was last episode. The episode before, we did the next 2 issues on it, which is a fun little story.
Yeah, I listened to that today.
And now not in this episode, not in the next episode, but the one after that, we're starting the Prey story arc. That shit's good.
I've heard it's good. It looks cool. Really it looks very, very cool. So I'm excited.
Yeah, I hope it's good. Yeah. I just hope I just can't have him massacre my boy.
Smashed or not?
I hope it's good. I just hope it's good. I just need it to be good. That's all I need.
I mean, Ryan Otley's on artwork, so even if it's not written
it's going to look
even if it's not written well, it's going to be very
beautiful.
Pretty. Yeah.
I'm a little worried.
That's understandable.
When you first told me that the writers were switching and Al Ewing was going and then I was getting Donny Cates, I was hyped because I was like, I felt like I made out like a bandit. I made the comparison on the pod. I said that this was like the Luka Doncic trade. I traded away Trae Young, but I got Luka Doncic. Starting to feel a little bit like the Hawks.
What's that?
I think I might have got Trae Young.
You said that and I didn't question you on it. I always looked at it as it's 2 different styles. They're probably Marvel's 2 best writers right now.
Yeah.
But also championing very different styles of writing.
Outside of Chip Zdarsky, outside of my boy. That's my man's.
You're right.
That's my man's.
I'll give it to you.
I'll take it out every time, but it's hard.
Chip Zdarsky. Listen, because you don't like Daredevil, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Chip Zdarsky is doing.
He was the one that did Spider-Man Life Story.
What Al Ewing is doing for Hulk, Chip Zdarsky is doing for Daredevil. That's the direct comparison. It's good. Yeah.
But we mentioned Donny Cates just now. Did you see his announcement with Ryan Stegman?
No.
They now are the leaders. They now own their own imprint. KLC Press. Kids Love Chains.
Okay.
Kids Love Chains?
Kids Love Chains.
Like chains? Like 2 chains?
It was. So this is. I forget who's. This is based off a quote. I forget who said the quote. It was they were being asked about I don't remember the writer, okay? But he was doing a Ghost Rider run. And they asked about him, and he was just like, kids love chains, because it's Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
I might be completely wrong, but this is what I remember the story being told.
Okay.
And Donny Cates loves that quote.
Love it.
For that, the crossover book, which I've told you to read, and
I'm
we'll end up here at some point. I don't want to do like 10 weeks in a row of Donny Cates stuff, so I've been breaking it up.
Was it Todd McFarlane?
It sounded like Todd McFarlane. It sounds like a Todd McFarlane-ass quote.
Yeah.
Kids love
Because he did Spawn.
It might have been a Spawn thing.
Spawn.
It absolutely
I was thinking
been.
Spawn.
Yeah.
I know my shit. You got the right boy on here.
Good.
And then like his first crossover arc is called Kids Love Chains. He loves to reference it.
That's fucking tight. That's like Nate, like being a real big Wu-Tang dude and naming an imprint for the children. Oh, for the children comics. That's our thing for the children. Oh, that's good.
Oh, I'm gonna start sweating.
For the children.
They revealed the cover and the title for their first book, along with the characters. It's called Vanish. It looks cool.
Okay.
They didn't go into it because they were talking with the publisher, so there was stuff that they couldn't reveal when they wanted to reveal it.
Right.
And they were just like, well, this is our main character, and they showed him, and he looks cool.
Okay.
And then they said, here's some other characters for the book, and they show a super team, and one of their co-hosts on What the Goes There showed it on Stegman's podcast. It just went, that's odd. You said the other guy was the main character. He looks like a villain, and these guys you're showing now looks like heroes. It's called Vanish. And my favorite joke of the whole thing was Donny Cates saying, like, yeah, we're going names, and we thought Vanish was good because you're going to go get your Venom book, and it's right next to it, and you're just like, I remember those guys.
Okay, yeah, no, I feel that. I'm
into it. I'm ready.
I forget her name. Cates' wife. She does art, right?
Yeah, I think she did some...
Is she doing anything for that?
She might be. I don't remember. Obviously, Stegman's doing most of the art. They showed a couple variants, and they said they had more planned.
I really dig Stegman's art. I think Stegman does really good art, especially for independent books where you can kind of be more violent, because he has that really good style of both not too realistic but also comic booky but violent. It looks good.
This is what they were talking about, right? Because Kate said the origins of this book was things we wanted to do in our Venom run that Marvel wouldn't let us, and he said it's the best part about doing an independent book. Because, like, if you want to do something crazy, then you got to go to Marvel and you got to ask, hey, can we blow up the moon? But in our own book, we just have a conversation between ourselves, just like, hey, want to blow up the moon in issue 13?
Tight. That's why I could...
astronaut?
That's why I could never, ever write... Like, I would love to write for Marvel or DC, but, like, they wouldn't let me because I'd be like, all right, I'm on Batman. All right, Bruce gets killed, first issue. Bruce is dead. Kill Bruce. Do it.
Yeah, I don't think those checks will come in much long after that one.
Yeah, I know. No, me and Darian always joke, like, I'm being dragged out because I want Spider-Man to be married and 30, and like, no, you can't do this to me. Like, nah.
You can't. You know how much I sacrificed?
Yeah, for sure.
I built this company.
Out!
You're trying to force me out!
Out! Am I?
Oh.
Fucking...
You know we were loud because Bobby just took one of his headphones off.
You know, last thing about Spider-Man Beyond, did you see the art for him and MJ? Where his mask is all messed up?
I definitely did, but I don't
it's
remember
like
it. Because I scrolled through most of it today on my
It kind of looks like the Raimi shit, where like his like visor thing is messed up and she's like holding him. It's sad. I mean, I hope they don't kill him off.
From the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be Ben Reilly versus Peter for a bit of it. Not in them fighting, but it looks like whether this is Ben actually thinking this or the Beyond Corporation convincing him of it, saying that he could take Spider-Man to places that Peter couldn't. That's the flavor text that they've given us. And like it just makes for an interesting story, I think. Especially because it is a former Spider-Man.
Was Ben a bad guy in Slot's run? Like his most recent thing, he was a bad guy.
How dare you ask me about Slot's run?
No, listen, I hate Slot's run. Absolutely despise Slot's run.
I don't think it was Slot's run. It was
somebody's run. But
yeah,
he was a bad guy,
he came back and he became the new Jackal for a little bit.
Which I don't hate.
It's not the worst idea.
It's not a bad idea. It's just bad execution. There are no bad characters. There are just bad writers.
Of course.
I don't know. Captain Marvel exists, but that's just my opinion.
No, but also. I know.
I love Spider-Man, right? I love Spider-Man almost as much as I love cheesecake at night. But Y'all see a trailer that dropped recently that
Which
I really
one?
want to talk about?
I've seen two.
Shang-Chi.
You want to talk about Shang-Chi? I think we should talk about Shang-Chi.
Yo,
I think we should talk about it. Are we gonna talk about it?
I'm mad. I'm mad that I got mad about the anime wizard thing, because I saw that at first. The first Shang-Chi trailer, I was like, okay, Bruce Lee movie, Bruce Lee superhero movie.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I was already hyped when
I was like, all right.
I was ready. I was like, this
okay,
will be
cool.
good.
You know,
At the very least, it'll be some kung fu movie BS.
Yeah.
And that'll be a lot of fun.
and my dad, me and him have a tradition of, since I was like real little, he would always take me go see Marvel movies together. And so like, I gauge whether something might be successful based off of, I'm like, yo, check this shit out. And he's like, oh, it looks alright. Then he saw the second trailer. He's like, yo, we gotta check that shit out. That shit looks like a cool ass shonen like tournament
It
art,
looks
like
good.
Dragon Ball Z ass like Yu Yu Hakusho tournament art,
It's
and I'm
like-
like, that shit looks tough as hell.
yeah.
Wong, my boy Wong,
So we gonna talk about it?
my boy
So can I
Wong
take-
fighting your boy.
They
Talk about it. Go ahead.
unmassacred my boy.
Go ahead, King.
We made him green. We gave him his fishy finny ears. I'm hype. Oh my god.
Now,
They might do it. They might bring it back. We might actually be back in business. Mark Ruffalo almost killed my love and my hopes. But now, if Blonsky's back, that opens the door.
I got
It
a
opens
question.
the door. We're getting the
I have a
She-Hulk
question,
show.
sir.
So then we get Blonsky. Then all you need is then they might actually use Ross like a character.
I have a question.
Are you saying it opens the green door?
Listen. I got a question.
Hit me.
What if it's not Blonsky? What if it's Rick Jones? The
I'll
Rick
kill
Jones
myself.
abomination. What if it's like? What if he just comes on screen? He's like, "Hey, it's me, Rick Jones, and I'm the abomination now."
No, because then I know that they didn't fix Abomination.
Okay, but I like Rick
but-
Jones though.
No, because then I would know. Because I want, if you're gonna give me Rick Jones, I want A-Bomb.
Yeah.
Because A-Bomb is so different in what he does and how he works. He would just be cool if you kept him as A-Bomb.
Yeah.
I need the blue and I need the stealth. Now A-Bomb would be sick if you want to take Rick Jones and instead of him being a friend of Bruce and make him a soldier for Ross,
Or it could be
and make him like a stealth
Yeah.
Hulk. Like you can do this whole backstory you talk
Yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Ross has been trying to figure out the Hulk stuff
Yeah.
since Blonsky got it,
Mm.
and we could make. I'm down with making Rick Jones, maybe not a villain, but an anti-hero that works for the government, like a John Walker Hulk type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm down with that, but hopefully this is just A-Bomb and we fixed him.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's going to have anything impacting on the plot, but it's better to
It
see him
looks
than to
cool.
not see him.
It does sick.
And it
Yeah.
makes me sad because like there's so many characters that like they could have kept if they didn't kill off all their villains. You know,
The Marvel issue.
the
So,
Marvel issue. but-
Abomination's not bad though.
No.
Yeah.
That's cool as fuck. Like
It's sick.
I want
good
more
that he's
shit
around.
like that. You
Yeah.
know, it's cool as hell.
And that only opens up the leader still being around.
Yeah.
When
That
I saw
does.
that was the thing that really I was like,
What if
damn,
he's in She-Hulk?
that would be cool.
You know who I would want in the She-Hulk show? Never mind. You don't like him.
I am down for Matt Murdock in the She-Hulk show.
Please, that'd be cool as hell.
No, get me
That'd be
right,
cool
right?
as hell.
I don't like Daredevil. Matt Murdock, A1.
What the hell?
When he's not Daredevil, I love it.
What?
I just genuinely think the idea of blind superhero with heightened senses, I'm like, all right, I just think this is stupid.
You would kind of dig. I think it's Mark Waid's run where he's just out as Daredevil and he's just Matt Murdock as well.
I think that is Wade's run.
Yeah,
I don't read a
it's
lot
kinda-
of
Matt Murdock is
I love Daredevil.
just a lawyer. Love him.
Like there's like Mark Waid's run is good because he's just Matt Murdock and everybody knows, but he's still trying to hide the secret identity, so he's always wearing T-shirts that say "I'm not Daredevil," and like he's being a lawyer, and they're like, "Aren't you Daredevil?" And he goes, "No,
Absolutely not. Why would we
no,
say
what
that?
the fuck? Like how that's libel, sir. That's
This is
slander.
libel.
You
This
know?
is
Like
You know?
no, it's really good. I like that a
But
lot.
I'm excited. I saw him. I got
I
hyped.
know.
He's fighting what seems to be Wong.
It is
It
Wong.
hasn't been confirmed.
Hit Benedict Wong, the actor,
Can't. And he's
is
like, that's me.
he had a picture on set like with the
Okay,
director and
sick.
shit. Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Is
it.
it? So
Like, it looks like Wong.
No,
Like, I'm
it's
not going to
straight
sit here
up,
and say it doesn't look like Wong.
straight up
say-
100%.
I believe it.
Yeah, it's him.
all right.
They all but
so,
confirmed it. Yeah.
Abomination. That's cool. How do we feel about the change of the rings from being power
That's
rings?
tight as hell.
Thank you. I
It's
agree
tight as hell.
Zach doesn't like it. I don't think.
I didn't know. It's not that I
It
don't
looks
like it.
cool.
It
Like, because it does look cool,
It looks
right?
really
They
cool.
look cool. Him doing like this and then flying off, then coming back
Yeah.
on. Him and Shang-Chi fighting. It looks cool as fuck. But I want the like world-ending rings, like.
Yeah.
I know. Listen,
And I know we're not
know-
going to get that for a Shang-Chi movie.
But listen, I was actually thinking about that.
And I don't hate them being on
Because they're cool.
I don't hate them being bracelets either. Again,
Yeah.
it's the rule of cool. All right, it looks nice. Like changes. Because I'm a big believer in that comic accuracy doesn't matter. Story matters.
Yeah.
Detail, like that stuff matters.
Yeah.
If it looks cool, that's fine. Like
Yeah.
and. If we were not getting this, we probably weren't ever getting anything for the Mandarin. So I'd rather have that than have nothing at all.
You know, I was thinking about why they probably didn't do the rings. DC's coming out with a Green Lantern show.
It's a more reason to do it.
No, but I'm thinking they're probably going to be like, it's not as cool. They stole it from Green. Like they don't want to do the it's stolen from Marvel thing. You know, they're probably just going, and they look so cool.
Yeah.
It's like, why not?
I still think we're going to see the rings.
You could do something where it's
I genuinely still think we're going to see the rings.
You know what? Maybe like the alien crashes and it looks like it's big enough so it looks like rings on its hands. So like for the alien, because it's like the dragon dude who has the rings. So he lands and it looks like rings on his fingers, but when like they fly off of his hands, they're big for like the arms. And you can because they do that shit.
Actually, so they fit to the form of a person.
Like they fit to the form of like a giant, so it's like because it's like a giant dragon dude who like had the rings. So it was like for his big ass dragon fingers, it looks like rings, but on like normal people looks like the arms.
Well, like the size of the rings change when you put them on.
That'd be cool.
Is it?
No, they do. It's confirmed in the trailer.
I would be shocked if Marvel had two different versions of Dragon.
I don't know. I'm all for the dragon fingers. Like I think that'd be cool as shit, but. I saw some things where they have confirmed that they changed size, so it's just like, well, would they go on the wrists of the dragon as well?
Yeah.
Well, what's the weapon? I think it's chakrams, where it's like the disc weapons.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see like he's trained to use chakrams, so like that's why they're like that. And like, and I'm pretty sure Shang-Chi's dad is a criminal in comics, but it's not the Mandarin.
Fu Manchu is sick.
Yeah, but it didn't age well, man.
Well, obviously not.
It didn't age well.
But for this sort of thing,
that way you can.
They are merging the characters.
Yeah, 100%. That was
that was back in the 60s.
Back when,
and then they changed his name to Zhang.
Something. Yeah, that was back when they made like Luke Cage like have a bad black phonetic accent. People jive turkeys. I have old like Power Man comics. Mm-hmm. Those things did not age well.
I would let Luke Cage call me a jive turkey.
You wouldn't be able to do shit about it.
You
wouldn't be able to do shit about it.
I don't know.
That's Luke Cage, baby.
This is Luke Cage,
anyway,
guy.
You know the why they have changed it to not all the way why, but there instead of actual rings, there's a fighting style where you have rings on your arms.
Oh, that's cool.
And you use them. It's how they train. So when I used to play baseball, you'd put weight on the end of your bat so that you could swing heavier. Yeah. And then you'd keep building up. So their punches, if they took them off, they'd be fast as shit.
That's cool.
Is Shang-Chi Piccolo? Wait
Yo, no, I was thinking, Kung Lao. I was going to do Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat where you guys like the and then like punch you. Oh, my bad.
Okay, you're good.
I got excited, dog. Let's go. No, that shit looks tight.
So, can I make my hot take now?
Sure.
This movie, this Shang-Chi, is going to be the best origin movie out of all the MCU.
I thought you said it was going to bomb.
No.
I hope it doesn't. They've been marketing it.
It's going to be the best origin movie. I think it'll be better than Doctor Strange, which I think is the best origin movie.
We're in agreement on this, you and me are.
What would you say?
See, I know everybody loves Doctor Strange. So I think it's just a me thing. I think Doctor Strange is kind of mid. But I think it's just a me thing. I'm not going to be like, objectively, it's okay. Because everybody loves it.
What other origin movie is good?
Iron Man.
Now, when we do a tier list of the movies, I put Iron Man in the top tier above Doctor Strange purely on significance.
It legit.
But it is really good.
It's a origin movie that started a franchise.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I have it up higher. But Doctor Strange and Iron Man suffer from the same things. They both have bad villains, but the only thing that Doctor Strange does better is that we get to see Dormammu, who is the true villain, and is just absolutely sick looking.
I feel like Doctor Strange is a little bit too Marvel-y. Like, I feel like you would have to be kind of into Marvel movies. No, MCU-ish. You know what I mean? Like, it has that Disney like stamp on it, whereas like Iron Man, I think just feels like it's its own movie. You can watch it beginning to end without watching anything else.
You know the story about why there's a sudden tech revolution between Iron Man and Iron Man 2, right?
No.
In Iron Man, they were doing the best they could to make things seem realistic, and they got too close to what the military actually use, that they called in and said, you need to change this shit for your second. So that's why in the second movie, everything, it's like there was just a huge tech explosion.
That's crazy.
Because he got too close.
Because I remember Obama said something like that. He was like, we're making Iron Man. And it's like...
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I was like, but that's
also mad terrifying.
It is a little bit.
Bro, I'll join the air... Listen, I'm not a military guy. I'll join the Air Force if I get to drive an Iron Man suit. I'll do it.
I would only do it if it's Jeff Bridges, Ironmonger.
So. Well, you're going to need that.
I want to be a big dude.
You just don't want to use the Eagle armor?
The what? Honestly, I'm trying to be the Doctor Doom Juggernaut armor. That's what I'm
fair.
Well, I was reading some pitch where it was like put the Netflix characters in the different MCU Disney Plus shows. And you know how like Frank Castle in the comics, he like steals the War Machine suit and goes crazy. Oh, yeah. That'd be cool as hell in that Armor Wars show. That'd be tight.
That is the only person I wouldn't recast from the Netflix shows.
No, absolutely. Him and Charlie Cox. Charlie Cox is a great Matt Murdock. Like he's great.
Okay, yeah.
He's perfect.
I couldn't care, but you guys, if that's what you want.
Yeah, he's like the RDJ for Matt Murdock. There's nobody
One of the ones that I argue is that I think Finn Jones makes a fine Iron Fist, but that's like. The show has problems. I acknowledge
it's not
this.
that hard, though. I genuinely don't think it'd be that hard to be a good Iron Fist.
No, I agree with this, right?
Yeah.
Is you can find a better actor. The problem with him and being Iron Fist is that they took a guy that didn't know how to do Kung Fu, put him in a Kung Fu role, and didn't fucking train him how to do Kung Fu.
Also, I can't not see him as the dude from Game of Thrones. That's fair. Like, I can't not see him as that guy, so, like, whenever he's, like, trying to be threatening, I'm like...
Yeah. I like most of the casting for the Netflix shows, even though I haven't watched any of them all the way.
I'm not big on the Jessica Jones casting.
I'm not big on any of them.
And Luke Cage's actor is not Michael whatever.
Yeah, I'm not tied to any of them except for Castle and Murdoch. Yeah. They're the only two that I'm like, no, they're good. I want to keep them.
Yes, for sure.
To be fair, what is it? What's a show that's not? Oh my
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah. What's the girl's name?
Oh, yeah.
She's all right.
Yeah, she is.
I don't hate that.
The only thing I hate...
That's bad wording. I like it. That's one of the few castings I enjoy.
You know she used to date Logan Paul?
Yeah.
That's fucking...
I stay in the trenches. I know about the internet culture.
Fucking crazy.
I also low-key liked the Cloak and Dagger casting from the Freeform show.
I did. Cloak and Dagger had some solid episodes.
They're cool. I like them, and it's just a shame that the TV shows aren't really connected to the movies.
You know what show made me sad? Because I love the comic. I love Runaways. Runaways is so good.
That was such a sleeper thing. They just kind of put that out
there.
They
just put that out there, and Runaways, the comic, is so good. Because it's also written by my boy who made Saga, Brian K. Vaughan. Yeah. So, it sucks because Runaways is cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
But yeah, I think Shang-Chi will be the best origin.
Shang-Chi's going to be sick.
I do. And I think it'll be one of the best Marvel movies. It just looks too good.
It has its own kind of style. It's not
it's gonna just
Disney-ified. You know it's going to be mid, though? I think it's going to bomb. Eternals.
It's not.
I thought you were going to say a different movie that's coming out soon from Marvel.
Which one?
Morbius?
I don't think Black Widow's going to do great.
I don't think Black Widow's going to do great, but also she has a big enough fan base where people will go see it.
Yeah, and it's the first Marvel movie coming out in theaters, so
that's what it has. Taskmaster looks cool in that movie, though.
Okay, so
Taskmaster's a cool character. He's a cool ass character.
We're not disagreeing with that.
That is literally the worst designed Taskmaster.
I'm not talking about the design. I'm talking about him actually with the Black Panther claws and the Hawkeye shit. How he kind of swings like Spider-Man in the trailer. That shit looks cool. The actual stunts look cool.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't seen any of the recent trailers.
It looks cool.
The action that he does looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The
suit does not look good.
It is the worst. I have no idea how that got passed.
I do like Florence Pugh though, who plays Yelena. Yeah. She's a great actress. So
hopefully she'll be good. Maybe she'll be the strong independent.
I feel like she'll be a better character going forward for shit because I'm thinking that they're probably gonna make her the new Black Widow. So ScarJo can kind of retire.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she's dead, so...
Yeah. Oh, they can always bring her back.
No, she's dead. She's dead. I'm not doing this shit. Like, you're
They
right.
could. And
MCU characters don't get brought back a ton, though, so I think we're fine. Quicksilver's still dead.
But you know what? You're gonna
But ones have come back.
You're gonna see.
That's my point.
You're gonna see in the end credit scene. She's gonna wake up on Vormir.
No.
And the Guardian ship's gonna land. They're gonna go, "Who are you?"
Oh God, don't put her there.
I'm part of the Avengers, and it's like, and like Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff will return. They would do that.
And
they would
Green
totally
Lantern.
do it. They would totally do it.
All right, but Shang-Chi.
It's gonna be good.
Oh, I'm excited.
It's gonna be good.
And that's my stance.
What's after that? Did they announce what's after
Well,
Love and Thunder?
Blade
Right?
is coming.
Thor,
Blade's not coming for a minute though.
Is it not coming for a minute?
Blade's still in pre-production. It's not even on the Phase 4 slate.
I can't wait for that movie. Blade's gonna bang.
I think Thor is next.
I'm pretty sure Fantastic Four is coming before Blade because that little
Fantastic Four is confirmed to be the last movie in Phase 4. I hope it's good. I really like. I know I'm not the biggest Fantastic Four fan. I hope it's good. There's two. If you fuck up the Fantastic Four, you fuck up a lot.
Who's the villain?
I don't know. They didn't announce yet. They don't even have a cast.
I know, but who do you think the villain is?
I hope it's not Dune.
How deep do you want me to go into? Because this has to do with a lot of my Loki stuff.
We can get into that. We'll get into that.
Let's talk about Suicide Squad's trailer, and we'll come back to that.
Starro.
That's Suicide. Yeah, that's kind of our thing.
Starro.
I can't believe we're getting Starro in a movie.
Well, did you hear the controversy around Suicide Squad? Sort of
there's controversy around Starro.
No, the Snyder cult.
Oh, what's up with them?
I don't give two shits about the Snyder cult.
So they were all like, how, if this is set in the DC universe, how did Bloodsport shoot Superman? And it's like, well, he did in the comics. Like that was literally his first appearance. That's the one thing he did.
Listen, I'm a giant Superman fan. I like the Snyder cut. I like that Superman. I love Henry Cavill's Superman. He got shot by a kryptonite bullet.
By the way, more than halfway through Superman and Lois, show bangs.
I need to finish it.
Show bangs. It's really good.
I'm at really like episode 6 or 7.
That's where I am.
That moment is my favorite fucking thing. You got to that reveal, right?
Yes, I did.
I just literally they said the name and I was like, I know who that is. Who is it? And then he summons the hammer. I was like, oh shit, it's Steel. And then he leaves it up. I was like, oh shit, it's Steel.
I was talking to my dad about it because he's watched it, and I was talking about how I want them to keep the one son, John, who doesn't have powers. I want them to keep him not have powers, and I would like them to introduce Nightwing in season 2. Okay. Since Nightwing, you know where Nightwing gets his name, right?
Oh yeah.
With Kryptonian. I was like, I did
know that.
It's like you're looking at like you don't.
Like, no, I did know.
There's two different stories. The original pre-crisis story was it was Superman did stuff on the city of Kandor and called himself Nightwing. The current story is it's a Kryptonian legend.
He was he's basically Kryptonian Batman, and now it really bothered me that Superman only gives Jordan the kind of Kryptonian heritage thing. I think it would be really cool if Clark's like, you got to protect yourself, you got to learn, and Dick Grayson and Clark have a really good relationship, and it's like, I'm going to tie this you're going to be your tie to your Kryptonian heritage. You're going to be trained by the guy who's named after the Kryptonian Batman. That would be cool. And you got Brenton Thwaites. He's not doing anything. He's a good Nightwing. I like him as Nightwing.
That's right. We do have Nightwing somewhere else live action. I haven't watched Titans.
Titans isn't. It's not a good show, but he's
watching Titans.
It's not a good show, but he's a great Dick Grayson.
I believe it.
He's a really good Dick Grayson. He's great. It's just that the show sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Suicide Squad looks awesome.
It does.
I'm so excited.
They told James Gunn do something to make it good, so he's doing a lot, and I trust him. I can't lie.
I got even more excited to see this. I think I'm slowly becoming a Pete Davidson stan.
Really?
I love everything that he does. Like, the King of Staten Island movie he did about himself, about his life. I don't think it's a good movie, but I'll tell you what, if I had a chance to watch it every day, I probably would. I love it.
Only reason I watched that movie is because the bigger black dude, Lou Wilson, he's on my favorite D&D podcast show of all time.
Okay.
And he's great on that. Like, he actually acts on that, and he's fantastic. And that's the only reason I saw it.
It was Pete Davidson and Bill Burr and then Manny from Hannah Montana. I was going to watch it. But I thought it was really good, and then he looks funny in that, so I'll watch it. I'm gonna go see it. John Cena is also funny. I didn't realize how many people were actually in this movie. I'm gonna go say it.
Yeah.
The first image we saw was the main cast list, and it was literally like this big, and just names everywhere, and just like, Jesus fucking Christ. Gun, I know they told you can do whatever you want, but that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. Polka Dot Man is in this movie.
I saw that.
I'm a little bit upset about that because we didn't get our Nightwing movie, but Polka Dot Man is going to be in the movie, but fuck it. Because you know what? I hope James Gunn keeps his money where his mouth is. He said no one is safe.
Polka Dot Man's dying.
You know who they got to kill off? You know who I'm like, if you have balls and you really say nobody's safe, kill Harley. They're not going to do it. He's not going to do it. And if he does it...
The problem is he's right.
If he does it...
Harley's making it through this movie. Captain Boomerang is dead. Boomerang.
We're going to do this. There's going to be a scoreboard above our heads.
Okay.
It's going to stay 0 throughout this whole episode because we're not going to get the solution in this episode. You're in on this, too. Don't think you're...
Cool.
Don't
think you're safe.
I'll bet.
No one's safe.
I'll bet.
We're going to make predictions now about who's dying. Every person you get right, it'll add a point when the movie comes out.
Ratcatcher. Okay. She's dead. Ratcatcher's dead. All right, I'm going to make a prediction because they're kind of setting it up where it's like either her or like her and Bloodsport's going to have kind of a thing. Yeah. I can see her dying and him being sad that she didn't make it out, or I can see him dying and she takes care of the daughter. So like either of those two, not both.
I agree on one of your points. Bloodsport's dead.
Bloodsport's dead?
He's dead.
King Shark's dead.
Why are you taking my hot take?
King Shark's dead is going to be a Groot moment.
You might be right.
It's going to be a Groot moment.
They're wasting some... They did this in the first Suicide
It's Sylvester Stallone. You're not going to get him for a second movie.
Yeah.
He's dead.
And it's King Shark. It's someone that people love, but you don't have a lot to do with.
Yeah.
King Shark is dead. I don't want him to be, but he's dead. I know you're...
No, I disagree.
Most of the cast is going to die. Peacemaker's dead.
I don't
Is
think
that John
Peacemaker's
Cena?
dying. Yeah, it's...
The show's a prequel.
I understand that. I don't think he's dying. I actually really... There's only like 3 people that I'm 100% certain will not die.
Who?
Harley, Flag, and Peacemaker. I don't think Captain Boomerang will die, but it won't catch me off guard.
Who's Flag?
He's Army Man.
Yeah, he's the Army Man that leads them technically.
I do, but here's the thing. I know Gunn keeps saying nobody's safe, nobody's safe, nobody's safe. I can totally see them killing off Harley and bringing her back somehow if they want to do a Birds of Prey movie, because I know Margot Robbie really wants to do not Birds of Prey, Gotham City Sirens. I'd watch that, number one, but
I would too.
Like, that's gonna be my wild card pick.
Why'd you just look at me dead in my eyes? I watched Birds of Prey.
I liked Birds of Prey.
It was alright.
So I think other people will die. I didn't like it. I thought it was bad.
Who do you think in this movie is going to be the first death? Because I think we're going to get a moment similar to Slipknot in the first movie.
Your boy, Pete Davidson's character.
Yeah, he's probably dead.
Crossfire or some shit. You know who I think is going to make it out as a joke? Arm Fall Off Boy. Because he's in it. I think he's going to make it out. Like, he's going to, like, it's going to be at the very end, and he's going to, hey, guys, I made it. Because that would be funny as fuck. Because Arm Fall Off Boy is a meme. I feel like it's going to...
Do you guys really think Idris Elba's dying?
Yeah, you're not going to get him back for another one. And Bloodsport's a one-time character. Yeah. You're not going to get...
It's Bloodsport.
It's not Deadshot.
I don't think he's dying.
He's not dead. He's dead. He's gone.
That's why they're setting him up to be the main person and give it... Because there's a bunch of death flags for him just in the trailer. I think he's 100% dying. But it's going to be like a sacrifice. It's not just going to be like a one-off death. It's going to be a sacrifice death.
My wild card is they're going to kill Harley. Because think about how many people they're going to bring to the theater, how many clickbait articles it's going to be. Suicide Squad kills off this character, and you would never guess who it is. It's going to be a thing. It's going to be on you. It's going to be like, because of how big, because I think it was Brian Azarello or someone said, it's not a big 3 at DC anymore. It's a big 4. It's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Harley. It's going to be like when they killed Han Solo in Star Wars, and everybody was talking about it. They're going to kill off Harley. They're going to totally do it. I can totally see it.
So I still think you're wrong, but I will give you credit that this is exactly what gave BVS its second resurgence.
Yes.
Them killing Superman put people back in that
James Gunn said they let me do whatever, because that was the thing, is that he wanted to do Thunderbolts, but Marvel said you can't do whatever you want. DC lets directors do whatever the fuck they want.
Especially when they were trying to pull James Gunn over.
Yeah.
Just like, what do you want to do? You can just do it.
They're killing Harley.
Starro was the main villain in this movie. He got to do whatever he wanted.
They're killing Harley. I'm 100%. 100% for it. They're gonna do it.
What do we think? Do we think Weasel's making it through this movie?
Nah.
I think Weasel's first dead.
Well, Weasel's played by, the guy who plays his brother who's...
Oh, I know who plays Weasel.
Kraglin. Yeah.
Wait, who plays Weasel?
The guy...
Sean Gunn.
The brother of Sean Gunn who does, he gets the Yondu thing. Yeah, that's Weasel.
He also is the mocap guy for Rocket. On set.
Yeah.
If you want to see the best things, look up Sean Gunn Infinity War, and it's things where he has, so that way actors know where to look for Rocket. There's legit the scene in Wakanda where Thor comes down, and it's just... the mocap for Groot, Thor, and then Sean Gunn crouched.
Or Dave Bautista patting his head.
Yes.
That's great. I love that one.
It's so funny. The backstage for Sean Gunn doing the positioning for Rocket's the best. And I love Sean Gunn.
The entire first squad that you see, all the Death Flag characters that are on the helicopter the first time, they're not making it out. Because the main team is going to be Peacemaker, Polka Dot
there's
Man.
going to be a slaughter.
Yeah, that's going to be the first team, and then the second team is going to be Peacemaker, Polka Dot Man, King Shark, Harley, Ratcatcher, Bloodsport, Flag. That's going to be the second team. Out of that second team, my predictions are Harley, Shark, Polka Dot Man, Ratcatcher.
I completely agree that Shark is going.
Or Bloodsport. No, it's that I'm gonna.
Shark and Bloodsport are going.
I'm gonna make.
There's no doubts in my mind.
Definitive.
Who's the character that dies from getting mind control from Starro? Who's the one that they have to kill their own guy because the starfish gets on his face?
Polka Dot Man.
That's who we're going with?
Polka Dot Man.
I was going to go Peacemaker.
Because they're gonna do something where it's Polka Dot Man is kind of fucking crazy strong. They're gonna do something where they're gonna they're gonna be like, oh no, we don't want to do it. He's our friend, and Peacemaker's just gonna.
Yeah,
nope.
I agree with it.
Whoever's
going to be Peacemaker's going to be the one.
He's just gonna drop him
because that is such a Peacemaker thing.
Then maybe I'll switch my pick to Boomerang. Boomerang might get the starfish on his face.
And you're right. Is the thing is that could, and you bringing this up, I agree with you. Someone's going to get the starfish on the face, and it's going to be Peacemaker who wastes them immediately.
Alternatively, what could be really fucking cool if the entire first team gets Starroed and they have to fight the first team.
That would be cool.
When they get dropped down.
I'm excited for this movie.
Because that's probably what's going to happen because James Gunn said that Harley gets the coolest action scene. It's going to be her fighting the entire first team, and that's how she's going to die. That's how I'm calling it right now. She's going to fight the entire first team, think she killed all of them, and then she gets bit by Weasel, or she gets shot by somebody. She kills them all, but she dies in the process as well. I'm calling it right now.
Okay.
Harley's going to die.
So those are our picks. For those of you who have no idea what our picks were, because we jumbled a bunch. It's above our head.
We'll redo them. Just redo them.
Because I'm not even sure what my picks were.
I'll redo mine. For sure.
I can just go through and...
Harley, Bloodsport, King Shark, Polka Dot Man.
That's who you think is living?
No, dead.
Oh, I think everybody dies but Harley, Idris, King Shark. Are we counting the army guy?
Yeah, Rick Flag's the leader, technically.
Oh,
him, and then I'm gonna switch to Weasel too.
That's more than half the cast, though. That's about half the cast. Come on, dog.
4 dudes? 4 people are making it out.
4. I'm talking about the main guy, because the first team I don't really count. They're all fucking dead. First team, they're all dead except for the Weasel. But they counted
with them. That's the weird thing with them is they're counted in his cast list for it.
They're counted as his cast list, but they're more like cameos. Because you're not gonna get Pete Davidson the whole movie. You're not gonna get Michael Rooker the whole movie. You're not gonna get Nathan. You're sure as hell not gonna get Nathan Fillion the whole movie.
That's why he gets starred. You can't see his face.
Yeah,
it's not bad actually. I think definite deaths, Bloodsport, King Shark. I almost don't want to go Polka Dot Man because you're going Polka Dot Man, but I was already going to go Polka Dot Man.
Polka Dot Man. They're making him the sympathetic character. He's the El Diablo guy. They're making him
the only good character from the first movie.
Yeah, he wants to be a good guy. They're gonna kill him off. Come on, I know you want to say Harley. Harley.
I'm gonna go with Boomerang.
Okay.
I just had the thought maybe Flag, but I'm gonna go with Boomerang because I don't have enough convince of myself to go with Flag.
Okay, but I'm telling.
I didn't even know Rick Flag was returning for this movie.
2 months from now.
Didn't know that either.
2 months from now, when the articles say.
I want you to know this. I want you to be right.
How cool would that be? How fucking sick would that be? I
just don't think they.
And I'm tired of Harley Quinn, so do it. Blow her to smithereens.
She can go.
One more thing I want to say for the Suicide Squad that I really like on the latest poster for it, at the very bottom it says, and check out Suicide Squad stories from the local comic book store.
That was very cool of them to do.
Yeah, it's just a
James
cool little
Gunn's
shout.
looking out.
Yep, And it's like, thank you, James Gunn. This is why we like James Gunn.
James Gunn's the fucking man, and I wouldn't hate it if he had the Fantastic Four movie. He would do weird shit.
He would, and that's why I'm kind of into the idea.
So, time to get into the meat and potatoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, after almost like 2 hours.
It is fine.
The absolute casserole.
The content consumption, curating for
Stanley.
I'm out. I got something with C's. I had one on the way here, and I was ready for it.
All right.
It's like
what's up?
The co-opt content consumption.
What are we talking about?
Thing I texted Zach.
This is what he came here for. I had the shirt for it. I was ready. We're halfway through Loki, my guys.
I thought we were talking about Moon Knight.
Hell yeah.
I'm so Oscar Isaac's my man. Oscar Isaac, listen, I ain't gay.
That's Wolverine, right?
But
there.
Oscar Isaac, oh, that'd be good.
That would have been.
Oh, that'd be fucking good. He was rumored to play Batman back when Matt Reeves first got like the thing. He would have been a great Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, Loki.
But
Loki
he's Marvel's Batman.
He's Marvel's Batman. You put some respect on Moon Knight's name.
Who? Oh, yeah.
Yo, did you read the one? You know the famous one where he's going up the hotel room and he's like beating the oh, that's whoa.
I just want Dracula to give him his money.
There's gonna be that joke. There's gonna be a joke in there. There's gonna be a joke in there.
I love Moon Knight misquotes.
There's gonna be a ton of those in there. But
Loki.
I have predictions for Loki.
have
Bobby's looking at me.
I have predictions for Loki that span the rest of Phase 4.
I have predictions for Loki.
You got some shit for Loki? Word.
I'm so fucking excited to talk about this.
All right, word. Yeah, no, that sounds good.
So first 3 episodes in, we're halfway through. This was me and Tanner's plan for the show.
Mm-hmm.
Halfway through at the very end. That's when we're doing Loki, so that way it's not filling up every one of our episodes.
Yeah.
So I'm ready.
I've been enjoying it. What are our general thoughts?
It's pretty good.
First episode, solid. Second episode, really good.
Very good.
Third episode, at first, I had to sit with it. Because at first, I was like, I don't know. Because I wanted more plot. Just because I think that since it's only 6 episodes, you need to speed up the plot. But it was a really, really good character developing episode. And I especially loved I always love when they tie stuff back to Asgardian stuff because I love the older Thor stuff. So him singing, I think
the first time that we've ever heard Asgardian spoke, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so.
In the MCU.
Yeah.
So finish your thought, and I'll tell you how I felt about the third episode.
I think it was good. I thought it was good. I like
rocket fuel.
I hope they I know Tom Hiddleston said it, like 4 through 6 are gonna be nuts.
Crazy.
So
I'm fucking ready.
And I have theories.
You want to hear about nuts? Bloodsport might not make it through that movie. But he might come back. You ever just have a feeling? You ever just have like a feeling in the bottom of your gut?
Yeah.
We're gonna see Heimdall. I don't know why, but I'm feeling it, bro. For some reason, I don't know why.
Idris Elba forgot he played Heimdall, so I highly doubt it.
I don't care.
Idris Elba he made a joke about he was like, why didn't they call me to play Blade? And somebody went, you play somebody in Marvel. He goes, I do.
To be fair, that was. I think it was conversations with you at one point, as you were saying, who would Idris Elba play in the MCU? And I was like, he already played someone.
Yeah.
Because, first of all, we love Heimdall here.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But
Heimdall's cool.
He seems like such an afterthought when it comes to the MCU that you forget that that's who played him.
Well, they reference him in this episode, right? That one or the one before, he was like, Thor and Heimdall made a bet.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
love that, by the way.
That was cool.
I'm pretty sure it was this episode is because when that was the only real time that they've got to talk.
Yes.
Sylvie and Loki.
It was building Sylvie.
I have thoughts on Sylvie, too.
We're going to talk about that in a
second.
second. I thought the first 2 were solid. The third episode being the shortest of the 3, I felt like we missed like one scene. And I don't know, you know how you were saying, you got that gut feeling. Like it feels like there could have been one more thing. And I don't know what exactly, but there could have been something. Like, it feels like it was missing that. The first 2 episodes fulfilled my needs. The third episode.
Third one left you waiting?
Yeah, it was like.
Okay.
It was like, well, I don't. I didn't have any questions that I didn't already have in the second episode.
Got you.
I always want something new to be coming.
I feel that really kind of cements how I feel.
I think that was the point of the third episode, was to answer because you had all the questions about who this lady Loki is, and that's what this episode did. It really, like, as far like you were saying, for full plot, it didn't do much, but it did a lot of character development for, first of all, Loki, who we need to know his thoughts, and a new character we just introduced.
Yeah, and they have good dynamic. I hope Marvel doesn't make them fuck. I hope it's just a sibling.
Literally.
I hope it's just a sibling thing, and they don't. I hope they don't make them fuck.
I think it might not be a sibling thing. It might be a father-daughter thing.
My man, see, you're same.
Okay.
I think so. Yeah, because
I think spread out through time, Loki had a daughter.
Well,
or adopted Sylvie at some point.
In the comics, the Young Avengers, when Norman Osborn was the head of S.H.I.E.L.D., he wanted to basically make a Young Masters of Evil. And in the Young Masters of Evil, they had, because I think Sylvie's like a form of the Enchantress, the Thor villain, and Sylvie is the Young Avengers villain Enchantress. So she's like a young Enchantress. And I think that's what's up with her.
So I think, because we were talking about this when they revealed her at the end of episode 2.
Yeah.
I think that she is I think she is a variant Loki. I don't think, but I think at the end of this show, she's going to be in the mainstream Marvel universe, the MCU. Okay. She's staying in the MCU as the Enchantress. Like, she will become that character, but they're not retconning her out of being a Loki, I don't think. So if anything, I think this is the Loki that we get from now on.
She goes, "Don't call me by that name."
Yeah.
Because she said, "That's not who I am anymore."
Yeah.
Yes, she is a variant Loki.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we really think Hiddleston's not coming back? Do we really think he's like going to stay going after the show?
I don't. I think it would be great to see him. Remember how you were saying in the comics how Loki turns good and he becomes the god of something else?
Yeah.
He becomes the god of myth and stories.
Exactly. What if he then becomes it and sort of takes over the Stan Lee cameos in the MCU where he's telling this new story?
Well, you know what movie?
It'd be cool if he stayed a TVA agent and he just kept popping up at random places doing things. That'd be fun.
You know what I think?
That's the greatest idea you've ever.
That's a good ass idea.
That is good.
That just came into my head.
Like phenomenal.
You know what movie I think he might show up in? Because I think what this is gonna make, Loki's gonna make the Multiverse of Madness.
Oh, absolutely.
Loki's gonna make the Multiverse of Madness, and Doctor Strange is gonna show up and be like, because they've been doing a lot more in the comics of interactions between specifically Strange, Wanda, and Loki.
Loki straight up took Sorcerer Supreme from Strange.
Yeah, and Strange shows up and like Wanda and Loki are talking. It's like, why does it always have to be fucking you two fucking with magic? I can totally see Strange showing up being like, what the fuck did you do? But you know what I think? Because they've been holding back on that No Way Home trailer.
Yeah.
And with the No Way Home rumors of the Sinister Six being from the multiverse, I think that they're holding back on the trailer because I think the last episode is Loki making the Multiverse of Madness.
It's definitely.
And that's going, and they don't want to spoil the multiverse shit that happens in Spider-Man, and they don't want to spoil Loki.
I will fight that the multiverse shit in Loki already happened. She bombed the fucking timeline.
She bombed the timeline, but I think they're going to show the effects of it in episodes 4, 5, and 6. Is what I mean. 4,
5, and 6 is legit going to be them fighting with the TVA about fixing it or not. Like, we're kind of reestablishing free will in the multiverse. That's what this show is doing.
Not the director, but Morbius's boss. Mm-hmm. See, I got excited because they never I don't think they named her in the first episode, but they name her in the second one.
You know who she is, right?
And I know who she is because she's the girlfriend of my favorite Avengers villain, Kang the Conqueror. And they're gonna and here's the thing:
Kang's gonna be the villain of this whole phase.
No, well, Kang the Conqueror is already set to be the villain in Ant-Man
3.
Yeah.
And that makes me...
got a cast.
Well, the actor's really good, but man, I fucking hate that it's in Ant-Man 3. Because god damn it.
That could be really
that might seem...
My theory is huge, and it just involves Kang. Because you know who else Kang has connections to.
Fantastic Four. Well, you also know what planet they were on for... It was an Annihilation. Annihilus, the Fantastic Four villain.
When Ant-Man is in the quantum realm, do you remember when he goes through and he sees that city?
Yes.
Okay. So he goes through and he sees a city. What if that is where the TVA is? And they're hiding in the quantum realm.
Bobby's coming with the fucking heaters tonight. Bobby's coming with the heaters.
Hold on.
That's not usually how the TVA works.
Hold on. Well, the TVA...
how the TVA
It's not how they normally work because it's a different type of TVA in this.
Exactly. So what I'm thinking is they're hiding in the quantum realm, and that's might be the whole plot of Ant-Man and the Wasp 2 or Ant-Man 3 to go and find this in the quantum realm and be like, oh, this is a thing as well, and that'll tie into Multiverse of Madness, and it'll tie all these different fucking people together.
Well, Bobby, you know who Kang the Conqueror is related to, right?
Who?
Reed Richards.
He's a descendant.
He's the great grandson, and it's implied sometimes that he's Tony Stark's great grandson as well. They could do
also sometimes implied that he's like Doom's grandson as well.
Yeah, it's like, well, he's like from the 31st century, so he could be everybody's grandson and like have it work, but like that could be cool as fuck,
dude.
And like the planet that they're on is a planet that gets invaded by a Fantastic Four villain, the one that gets blown up. So I can totally see they're sowing the seeds for multiverse stuff, but I also think that the timeline explosion is going to cause something that happens where you're gonna see in 1962 a spaceship go up into the atmosphere, and then it's gonna just bloop and land in 2021. Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm get out of the space.
I'm down. Okay. Said Ben last, but I'm gonna let you slide.
No, because listen, Ben Grimm's
come across this table.
Ben Grimm's the best.
He is. He's the best of the four.
That's fine. I don't have an opinion.
Oh boy, John.
He's better than Johnny.
No. Ever loving blue eyed thing. That's my boy.
He's better.
That's my boy.
That's okay.
I don't think the timekeepers exist.
I don't think so either.
Taking my hot take.
I don't think so
that
either.
I said in the first episode.
I agree.
I don't just think they exist. I think it's Kang.
Oh, yeah.
Well, she says when she talks to Morbius, she has a gift, and he goes, "Who gave you that?" She goes, "My other agent," and he gets a little bit jealous, and she's like, "Don't get jealous." I think that's Kang.
I legit think that Kang is the one running the TVA, and instead of the comics where Kang is trying to conquer, here he's already conquered.
And well, I also think
because Phase 4 is going to be him trying to get control back.
Because Kang is, he went back in time and became King Tut, and that was a little bit weird because he's in Egypt, in Africa. Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Kang becomes. That's where they first fight him. Is he's like the Fantastic Four go back to ancient Egypt, and they're like, "What's this white dude doing in ancient Egypt?" But they cast Kang as a black dude this time. Here's the thing. I wouldn't hate John David Washington from Tenet as Reed Richards.
As the main character from Tenet?
Yeah.
Yes.
He'd be a really good Reed Richards. But regardless, like he's like the super descendant. You know, my grandma was like pale as you. Like we can. Genetics are weird that way. You can do whatever you want. But I can totally see Kang. I don't know if I would want Kang as the villain for Fantastic Four.
I think he's I don't just think
he's a phase villain. Four.
I think he's going to be behind the shit for everything.
Well, you know that could because I feel like you can do time shit and multiverse shit and mix it with Doom. Bobby, you know about a comic called Secret Wars?
Which one?
The newest one where Doom becomes a god.
The one that I love the concept of but hate the fucking story.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah, you could do that better though because the Infinity Gauntlet story that Infinity War is based off of, not too great. It's very meh.
Well. It's not really based off of it, though.
That's what I mean. But like it takes inspiration. Like the biggest part of that comic is what the movie is.
For those who haven't read the Infinity Gauntlet comic, the Infinity Gauntlet comic is Thanos has the stones, and the Avengers try to stop him.
And they get wrecked. Yeah.
Then the Celestials try to stop him. Then Existence tries to stop him.
Then Odin tries to stop him. Yeah.
And it's quite literally Thanos runs through everyone until Thanos gets a head so big his glove gets stolen.
Yeah. I could totally see them doing a kind of a Doom versus like Doom and Kang are kind of like the players of chess across the phases. So you do you introduce Kang in Phase 4, Phase 5 you introduce Doom, and Phase 6 is Doom versus Kang.
Yeah, I'm down.
That could be cool.
That. I'm also
I'd be so down for villains to fight.
That'd be cool. Yeah. And you know what you can do because Dr. Doom's whole thing is screaming Richards at the sky. Kang's full name is Nathaniel Richards. Tell me that shit would not be tight if if Doom is screaming Richards and Doctor Strange is like Reed Richards and he goes no. And you see Kang and at the end credits you just Kang to smile. Come on.
So would you make
or just the helmet and the mouth?
Just the helmet. Oh, that'd be good. That'd be so good. Would I make what?
Would you remove all of Doom's backstory with the Fantastic Four?
I would keep it.
Then?
I would keep it and have it be kind of like...
Be like 40 years older?
Well, you can totally do that because he's in the mask the entire time.
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just asking if you would.
Yeah, no, I think that'd be cool.
Or would you have the Fantastic Four also be really young when they go up into space?
I would have them be, like, I would have Sue and Reed and Ben be, like, mid-30s. Because they're all doctors, and Ben's a pilot. And then I also really like how Wolverine was a pilot instructor for Ben Grimm. So I think that could work.
I like that.
And then have Johnny just be kind of like, he's a lot younger. Because I want Johnny to be same age as Peter Parker, because I want them to be friends. The planet that they're trying to get off of in the 3rd episode gets destroyed by a Fantastic Four villain. So I can totally see like the Fantastic Four, like kind of like fumbling through time and landing on our Earth, and that's the Fantastic Four movie. Same thing with the mutants. I don't want to do that. They're from a different Earth. I just think that like the way you explain the Fantastic Four is they went up in the 60s. And I think what could be really fun is because in Life Story they talk when Peter talks to Reed Richards about, you're so smart, you can come up with like a cure for cancer and shit, why haven't you? And he's like, it would just destabilize everything.
It's also the same reason why he won't sell the unstable molecules.
Exactly. And I think that
was the argument that I glossed over when I did it.
I think another cool argument for why the world isn't different because of Reed Richards is that Reed Richards had all these plans. He's kind of like Da Vinci, where Da Vinci had all the blueprints, but he died. I think Reed Richards disappears for years, and then he lands, and he still has all these ideas. Because Da Vinci, I'm pretty sure he had a blueprint for a tank, but like he had
a blueprint for a tank. He built like helicopters. He built fucking. There was so much shit.
Yeah, no,
I fucking love Da Vinci. So
I feel like cool. I want Reed Richards to be the modern Da Vinci.
I think
that'd be cool, right?
That'd
be sick.
Yeah,
I don't think that's what they'll do.
It's not what they'll do.
What I think they'll do, and what I think is still good.
It's too cool of an idea.
It's a good idea. I think what they'll do, and I like this too, is I think that the snap will factor into them getting their powers, whether it's the cosmic radiation from the snap or the people disappearing causes an accident to happen.
See, that's a way. I've talked to Darian about this. The snap was going to be my reason for the X-Men. Because what I was going to do is, so I know you're not too familiar with X-Men. You are. In X-Men,
he makes up for me.
Mutants were a thing, but they weren't major. They didn't become a major thing for at the time until the creation of the atom bomb. What I would do and then like they started really, really a lot of mutants being born. I would do the opposite, but sort of similar thing where there weren't
the cosmic radiation caused by the snap.
No, I would do something where because there weren't a ton of mutants, right, around the time of the snap, and because of the population, 7 billion people, it would be hardly noticeable. And mutants are just thought of as, they're just like anomalies, kind of like Scarlet Witch, because they're implying that Wanda's a mutant.
Yes.
So I would do something where, because of the snap, and because you only have half the population, a lot of mutants survive the snap. And so they realize it's more than just accidents. People are being born with this.
That's cool.
And the snap, because of the snap caused the decrease of the population, you see more, like, they go, oh shit, like, mutants are a thing.
And now that the mutants are a thing, maybe the government has found some and starts to breed them.
Yes, and Kevin Feige, I feel like Kevin Feige talked about how WandaVision was going to have an impact on mutants. I can totally see them using Scarlet Witch and going, look at what Scarlet Witch did to the people of the world. Look at what one mutant can do.
I just want Stryker.
They're being born every day. You're totally going to get him.
I just want
You're totally going to get him. He's going to be...
honestly...
They're going to do some political...
The only thing I want from X-Men. They could give me nothing else. If they gave me Stryker, I'd be fine.
They're going to do political commentary with Stryker. They're going to totally make... They're going to make Stryker Mike Pence.
You know what he's
They're going to totally
do?
make Stryker Mike Pence.
They're going to do what I wanted them to do with Thunderbolt Ross. They're going to do that with Stryker.
Easy. But I think that the X-Men are going to show up where it's like, oh wow, we don't have a lot more people, but we have a lot more powers. What the fuck is up with that? And then they find the X gene.
Yeah. No, that's good. I thought you were just going to do
I do the same thing you're thinking about doing, but instead of it being the people that survived, it's people that come back and when they're reconstructed from the snap, it rearranges their atoms
awesome.
or whatever.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were getting at.
Because
originally,
a lot of... Because with mutants, it comes with puberty, but also can come from stress. So like you have people who are in their 30s, they didn't know they're mutants, and then like they get into a stressful situation and they develop powers. That could also really work. Yeah. I can see like the snap being like the cause for a lot of powers. Like Cyclops has head trauma. Yeah. That's why I could totally see like his dad disappearing in the snap and the plane crashes, and that's how he gets his powers, and that's why
Yeah, that's what I was thinking for Fantastic Four as well. Is like somehow factoring into it. You can do so much. There's so much you can do, and they have done some stuff. But there's still just so much to do. Having an event like that happen, half the world's population disappearing, coming back. There's so much story there, and I just want to explore it all.
You know what I also think could happen with Loki? I think there's mutants in the TVA because they revealed like mutants aren't an only human thing. The mutant gene is across aliens. I can totally see like the TVA being controlled by mutants.
Their X gene coming out and that's not part of the sacred timeline.
I can totally see them like Loki putting all the Revenants back into the world with their memories fixed, like so they don't remember the TVA. Introduce a scientist in TVA, Hank McCoy, episode 5. All of a sudden, he starts to be blue when he gets back on Earth.
He does some weird scientific experiments and grows hair.
Yeah, you can do so much stuff with the sacred timeline shit. Yeah. But I do think Loki's going to cause the multiverse of madness. Here we go. Here we go with your Colossus.
Puts the dude in an arm bar, and he just can't move his arm because it's steel. And then we get Colossus. I'm sorry. I'll sit in my corner.
No, listen, dog. I have a roster for X-Men, for MCU X-Men and Colossus on it.
Is Psylocke on it?
Not in the first movie.
Disrespectful.
Psylocke's a little bit weird. We don't gotta talk about Psylocke because
Psylocke is sick.
She is sick.
Psylocke is just Goku like every time I see her.
Yeah.
I think Kang is getting revealed at the end of this, and we're gonna keep seeing him. He's gonna be
easy
behind what's happening in Doctor Strange.
You also you said that you think that the timeline already got blown up. I don't think it did. I think they get a handle of the situation. And then I think at the end, Loki does something.
Do you think?
And then we get Kang in the final 10 minutes of the last episode.
Do you think Kang's going to be from the 31st century, or do you think he's going to be from the 21st century, and he's going to discover time travel from Endgame? Like, one of the pieces gets left behind, and that's how he's connected to Ant-Man.
What if...
That's why I'll never get any of my
So when they go back
too strong
and steal the Pym particles, right?
Yeah.
What if they fucked up? Or what if one of the time bombs goes back there?
Okay.
And Reed Richards ends up being the one who finds Pym particles and starts working about how to use them. He gets stuck in the quantum realm. He goes into the 23rd century or 30th. What were you?
31st, yeah.
31st century. He goes to the 31st century. He fucking has a kid. He's got all this technology, and that's how he comes back with all these fucking ideas.
That could be cool. I actually don't hate that.
And then he's reverse Da Vinci, where he doesn't have the shit, but he knows how to make it.
I don't hate that at all, and that's how you can do Franklin, because Franklin Richards is one of the most interesting characters in Marvel.
He's already got a kid.
That I don't hate that. I actually don't hate that idea. That's a neat idea. That's a cool ass idea.
Yeah. You're not
gonna get that.
You're not gonna get it. Obviously,
it's Disney. It's too cool.
I can tell you right now, as a writer, I don't want to ever touch Franklin. Not because I don't like Franklin, because I don't want to be the one hassled with that responsibility.
Franklin's gonna be the cause of the next big Infinity War style thing, because they're gonna have Doom or Kang steal Franklin's powers, or I want them to do so much Fantastic Four shit with Kang.
I know you've taken this Loki segment. You said
I'm sorry.
Forget Loki.
Because I think Loki's gonna do. I think Loki's gonna do Fantastic Four because he brought up Kang.
I absolutely think it is.
100%.
And everyone's been talking about Mephisto and stuff like that. We're not getting Mephisto. I don't care what anyone says.
I hope so.
I don't even want Mephisto.
Because Mephisto's fucking cool.
He's not even the real devil. Like,
everybody thinks he's the real devil. That's why.
It's literally Mephisto's from an alternate reality, and Lucifer was out doing something, so he decided he would take over hell. Until Johnny Blaze decided he wanted to rule hell instead.
But Mephisto, there's a great moment where, like, I think it's Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is like, so you're Satan? He goes, no, Satan wishes he was me. And you're like, that's fucking cool.
There's a part in Loki where he talks about, oh, you're a nightmare or something. And he goes, oh, no, that's another department.
I love that shit.
Yeah.
That's just straight. That's
that'd be sick.
Call to Nightmare.
That would be cool.
Which is another huge call to Mephisto.
Yeah. That could be cool. So, I wouldn't hate that.
Nightmare was the original slated villain for
He was originally,
Doctor Strange.
He could be.
It could still be. I
Just
don't think that, like...
Food for thought, that's all.
I don't think we're going to be seeing Kang fighting in every one of these movies. I think he's just going to be behind, because it's clear if he's the one in control of the TVA, it's clear he's amassed power. I think we're going to be seeing, almost in, like, the way that Thanos was doing stuff, where he was sent, like, Loki was sent by him, Ultron was fearing him, like, in a similar vein to that, except we're only going to see it over this phase, because I think he's defeated in Fantastic Four. Not killed, because stop killing villains.
I have two things
especially for that. Kang, who you can come back and use for Avengers later.
I have two things for that. I think, number one, that you're right on the Kang thing, but I think they're going to do the Masters of Evil, which are just like the Avengers Legion of Doom, but actually make them competent, where they're all kind of like super competent masterminds. But two, I think you're on the right path with the Nightmare thing, because what I think would be a really cool way to differentiate Doctor Strange in like that trilogy would be he defeats them all with his wits instead of punching them. So do a Dormammu thing, but do a different thing where
say that again?
So you know how he beats Dormammu with like his wits?
No, I'm sorry. Say that
again. You got to fix that.
Dormammu.
Dormammu, whatever the fuck.
Dormammu.
Whatever, your mama. He like beats him creatively, and I think he's gonna do that with Nightmare. But in the comics, Doctor Strange defeats Mephisto by selling his soul and shaking his hands, and like that's the biggest thing. It's like Doctor Strange shakes hands with the devil. That'd be cool as fuck.
I don't want Mephisto anywhere near a phase where we're gonna be doing some weird Spider-Man shit. If Mephisto comes to the MCU, Peter better be fucking dead.
They don't have the balls. They don't have the fucking balls.
No, don't dare them to do it. We don't want them to do it.
They don't have the balls to do one more day.
God.
They don't have the balls. Nope. No. But
can we wrap this up in like 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Loki's good. Watch it. It's gonna do things.
We'll actually talk about.
What's your actual predictions?
Yeah. What are your?
Yeah.
I legit like
for the rest of the season.
I legit no shit think. You had brought it up before. The timekeepers definitely don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
I will strongly think that it's Kang, and a big part of that is the fact that the person we're seeing as the boss is Renslayer.
Yes.
Agreed.
I don't really think that they'll go the full route of him being the big boss for the entire phase. I really think they should, because I think there's a lot of interesting things you could do there.
Yes.
I think that the timelines that are branching off from them bombing it are going to be our what if timelines. But as for the actual destroying of the sacred timeline, obviously isn't going to happen until the end. And Mobius is switching sides. That's not the point.
Mobius, also calling it right now, Mobius is going to be in a relationship with Loki. They're not just going to be.
They will?
I don't think they're, especially during Pride, like when they did this, like they're not going to just do.
You want to hear a hot take?
Mm.
Mobius is the postman that Sylvie's having a long distance relationship with.
I didn't think of that.
That's my thing.
I think it's Stan Lee.
That's possible too.
No, straight up. They're Fantastic Four's.
Tony Stank?
No, listen. The Fantastic Four's mailman, Willie Lumpkin, Stanley played him in the very first Fantastic Four movie.
Yeah.
And then
that's not a bad idea.
He played a mailman in 2 other of the cutscenes.
He
played a mailman in 2 other of the
He did.
Cutscenes.
He did. Yeah. No, I actually don't hate that. I don't hate that.
I don't hate it, but like
it's not gonna happen. But
absolutely,
I really want to leave the Stan Lee stuff behind.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, big dog.
Yeah, rest in peace. I loved his cameos. He's gone. We ended it at Endgame.
Nah,
it's perfect.
His cameo from Spider-Verse always makes me tear up.
Every time.
Every time I watch that, no, I actually was like tears streaming down my eyes when I first saw it in the theater, because that was like a month after he passed.
Yeah, it was the first thing.
Oh, killed me.
And
kills me every time.
It being such a line too, like
it always fits. And you're like, ugh.
It's like, oh, if it was anyone else, this wouldn't make sense.
I'm gonna watch that when I get home now, because God, that movie
always fits. No returns.
It always because that's so Stan Lee too. He's such a businessman. That's so Stan Lee. I do think Loki's gonna like. They said he's bisexual, but they're not just gonna give it the mouth.
It's Disney
service.
They're absolutely just giving it the mouth service.
I feel like because they've been called out about.
I didn't even realize they gave it the mouth service
until
everybody started popping off about it, and I was like, oh, I guess he did say that.
Yeah, I think they're actually gonna do it. I don't know.
It's our 5th first openly queer character in the MCU.
There's too many.
5th?
5th first.
Oh,
the joke is like,
gotcha.
We have the first, and it's just something.
Yeah,
it's not actually anything.
That's why I think they're gonna. I think they might. They might.
They're not gonna. If they do, cool, I'm here for it, but they're not gonna.
Can I leave you with some food for thought? So
I'm not hungry.
Another one of my
I am stuffing.
One of my predictions, possible, not Kang the Conqueror. If the Time Variance Authority, if the 3 people in power or whoever are in power are variants of Loki, and they want to have their specific timeline play out to where they are still God, but now they have these different ones coming in, and now they may find out. And like, why is the show called Loki if you're not going to have a good guy Loki and maybe a bad guy Loki?
That's not a bad prediction. It's not bad.
I was on it until that last line.
No, it's not bad because
I think it's good.
There's a really good Loki comic just all about that, where he rules Asgard and he sees all the parallel Lokis, and there's like old Loki and kind of like a Viking looking Loki. I could totally see that as like the 3 leaders are the 3 different evil versions of Loki. That's kind of cool.
It's even cooler because technically, like, even if the Loki that is in charge does age, he gets reborn into a different Loki who may be Sylvie that is trying to now take over the Time Variance Authority. Like, that specific Loki may have died, and now she has the same thoughts, is all I mean.
That shit could work. I actually like that.
And it's just a constant cycle of her taking over the TVA.
Predictions, big guy.
Predictions for Loki?
Yeah.
It'll probably end after 6 episodes. That's going to be a prediction for me.
Yes, sir.
There are theories going around that it won't end after 6 episodes. And I think those theories are so dumb.
But I just think we get Hiddleston back in main continuity. I think Loki's going to live. He's going to be back.
I think Loki will live, but I think it'll be Sylvie. Like,
I definitely don't think that.
I want a reunion between Thor and Loki, because I think the line... I really like the line where he goes, "The sun will set on us again," and I think it'd be a really good moment of Thor going, "Oh my God, Loki!" and he goes there, like, run up to him and hug him, but like it's not his Loki. It's like Loki from Avengers, where he's like, "What the fuck?"
Or he stops and he's just like, "You faked your death again."
Yeah, no, that'd be really good. That'd be so good. I really want a reunion. That would be a moment where it would have the potential to make me tear up in the theater, because Taika Waititi can do. If you haven't watched Jojo Rabbit, watch Jojo Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jojo Rabbit made me like feel something.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I never saw it. I've heard very, very, very good reviews.
It's the best because it does really good stuff with comedy, but also can make you feel things bad.
That is so doing theater.
Yeah.
When you have a show that's so funny, when it gets dark, that's why it hits you so hard. And it's a really cool way to write. That's all.
Then you need to watch Jojo Rabbit ASAP, dog. Like it's that good. But Taika can do that, and I can totally see like Thor just losing it when he sees Loki. So yeah,
I could see that.
I can see that.
I don't think our main Loki dies by any means. I just don't think he's gonna be hanging around the main MCU.
I like the idea of him being cameoed. Bobby came up with a really good idea.
I think the TVA will sit around in some form, and he'll be part of that.
He could take control of the TVA. That could be fun.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But I think Sylvie's going to be...
I think the TVA is gone after this. Yeah. After this, it's going to not be around.
That's possible.
That is possible.
I also think that there is, to go along with what you're saying, there is a bad Time Variance Authority. Not the... I forget what they're called, but it's like the Watchers, the Time Watchers, whatever.
Oh, okay.
But there's a bad version of them. And so what if they have taken the other ones captive, and this is why the timeline is now sacred, rather than the actual people that are just watching and making sure that everything is, I guess, safe.
I would love to.
That's
love
cool.
a Uatu cameo in the show.
That'd be cool. And Marvel's famous for having all these potential future, like X-Men has Days of Futures Past. You have a ton of other future stories where all of them are technically canon because none of them are going to be, because you'll never get to the end of Marvel Comics.
Exactly.
So I like that as an idea where it's like the bad, like the TV. This isn't the real TVA, because the real TVA just kind of makes sure that the apocalypse doesn't happen, and that basically they do all endings are canon except that they're all not, because you'll never know.
Yeah.
That works.
Oh,
I actually really like that idea.
Obviously, the timeline's dead. The sacred timeline's dead as fuck after this show.
Yeah, 100%.
It's saying that there's no multiverse when we know what's coming up. Like
people didn't like that. Dead. People hated the idea of a sacred timeline, and I'm in the first episode. People were like, "That's bullshit." And if they kept it, I would agree, but they're not going to keep it.
They're not going to keep it, and I think making Loki's show deal with the question of free will is interesting as hell.
Yes, very much. Loki's the perfect character. I do really like your idea of it, like the TVA isn't a real TVA. That's a perfect idea because that way you can just do the real one is whatever.
The real one is they're either dead or something, and somebody has to take over for them. Whatever.
The TVA is such a weird thing to pull from Marvel Comics because it just isn't around that often.
No, I was like, because that was Walt Simonson's run.
Well, they were only around for Thor, right?
Yes.
Originally.
Yeah, in the Thor comics, like one of the most famous Thor runs is Walt Simonson, and they do that. Yeah.
And was that when they finally unveiled the whole thing, or was that when the one guy popped up?
No, because they go Loki is a problem for the TVA in that. In Walt, it's been a minute, but I'm pretty sure.
Isn't there a whole thing with She-Hulk too with them?
Yes, because She-Hulk was the first She-Hulk was the first Deadpool because she broke the fourth.
I cannot wait till the She-Hulk TV series comes out and people attack her for stealing Deadpool's chick.
Yeah, they're gonna do. There's a show on Amazon called Fleabag, which is it's a sitcom, but she turns to the camera and winks at the camera and shit. They're totally gonna do that for She-Hulk. They're gonna. I just thought of something, real quick. Loki. Mobius' real name, Donald Blake.
Don't do this to me.
Mobius' real name is Donald Blake.
Don't do it to me.
That's it. That just popped in my head. Mobius' real name, he's Dr. Donald Blake.
There's so much that I want from the movies that we're never going to get.
Yeah, why not? He's a doctor. You can afford that.
Of course.
What if he's a stunt performer and his name is Johnny Blaze?
They're not going to get Owen Wilson. He could be Johnny Blaze's dad.
To be fair, I think he would be a good Ghost Rider. Owen Wilson.
Do you watch The Boys?
I just finished season 2.
Okay, so Anthony Starr, guy who plays Homelander.
First off, Butcher could be a good Wolverine.
He could be a good Wolverine, but there's a show called Banshee.
Okay.
Anthony Starr, perfect Ghost Rider, perfect Johnny Blaze.
You said The Boys, why did you bring up The Boys?
Because he plays Homelander, and in the same different show he plays Banshee.
Homelander.
He'd be a really good Johnny Blaze.
Okay. He probably would be.
Yeah. This conversation is very interesting. We should probably
wrap it up. Yeah.
Do you want to push?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Push my thing to next week, which is...
Oh, that's not what I meant. But sure.
What were you going to say?
Yeah, let's push your thing to next week.
It's like we can push it to next week because we're at how much time, and I don't really want to cut any of this.
2 hours and 29 minutes.
Push it to next week, and that gives us time because I want to talk about... Before we leave tonight, I want to talk about what we're doing in 2 weeks for the next main bet.
Okay. I just wanted to push... my favorite podcast that I look forward to listening to every day.
But that's not a plush. That's not a push. That's a plug.
That's a plug.
No, I'm pushing it.
Oh, okay.
Because my good homie is gonna plug it, and I'm gonna push it with him. Go ahead. Go crazy.
I am one of the co-hosts of the Popstriker Podcast, where we talk about things only a superstitious and cowardly lot care about. There we go, baby. There's the line. I did it. We don't talk as much about comics, but
you did last time.
You do though.
We did last time.
We
don't not as much because we don't want to step on y'all's toes. So
you
we
just straight up said last time, and I was like, we would never have talked about anything you guys talked about. I loved it. The one thing you talked about, I need to check out.
Akira.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you gotta
fucking.
Hey, don't get on me.
I'll bring volume 1.
I'm the anime boy over here.
I'll bring volume 1.
Vanish, they were talking about.
Yeah.
Donnie K straight up said it's inspired by it.
I love
that
Akira.
He's pulling stuff over. But
I'm really glad you like. I was really proud of that episode.
You were talking about it.
I was really proud of that episode.
Especially you telling me that there's an Americanized version that has it orientated more like comics. Because my head hurts when I try to read manga.
Yeah, next time Wednesday, I'll bring you over the first volume. I'll let you borrow it. Yeah, for sure. It's good.
After I read Saga, but
it's really, really good. But no, yeah. I love. We love working on Popstriker. We gotta have you guys on soon, but. We just talk about pop culture shit and also weird shit. We talked about
my Star Child, or the Indigo Child,
aliens and alien theories and star children and shit like that.
It's not a theory if it's real.
That's true.
So please.
No.
I need the clip of you saying, what was it?
I want to be superstar.
Oh, do you know what star children are? No, I pay fucking taxes.
I need that to be my next.
Yeah.
It made me laugh so hard I nearly fell over while
I didn't think it was going to be that funny,
but
yeah.
In the back room, I was laughing so hard. When do I get my Super Saiyan powers?
gets me so much. Darian plays it off great too because he does the whole like, you really don't know what this obscure ass thing. You really don't know what this is. How could you not?
Yeah, no. Darren's just fucking screaming at me.
He just does not care.
No.
He's like, I do not care if you think this is stupid. I'm on it.
If you like the energy of what today's episode is, that's just us on Popstriker. So yeah, no.
On timing.
And I know I don't want to talk about it too soon, but relatively soon we're going to be doing like this kind of thing where we're recording video as well in like a space, but we got to figure that out. But no, I'm really proud of our shit and definitely check it out.
Sweet.
Absolutely.
Oh, man. But no, yeah, you three should definitely come on sometime. That could be really fun. Yeah,
I'm totally down. I'll bring my equipment so that we all have the mics.
We just talk about random shit too. So like,
I'm down to talk to you for hours.
Thank you, man.
Like as soon as I fucking got into a
conversation.
conversation.
That's great. You can do that a different time.
Thanks, babe.
Don't forget who the real stars are.
Yeah. But no, like we do not come prepared. We try to come prepared for the most previous episode we recorded. Still did not come prepared.
Very weird episode.
We are random.
Yeah, so y'all better stop dropping. Better start dropping.
Dog.
More frequent.
It's every week.
Look at my veins popping out.
It's every week, man.
Relapsing.
We're thinking about doing every 2 weeks after a couple episodes. We'll keep it updated.
I'd explode.
We'll keep it updated. Also, can I plug a friend's?
Sure.
Odd Hour podcast. My friend Isaiah, who
I know who.
yeah.
Like I'm gonna refuse you plugging Isaiah's shit.
Yeah, he's
I'm
cool.
a fan.
He's cool. He makes a lot of good. He also has Isaiah Ephraim. Last name is spelled EPHRAIM. That's his YouTube channel. It's a pretty good YouTube channel. And I want to start making some videos soon, but I'm not ready yet. So that's all I got to plug.
It's real fun.
If you're watching on the YouTube, link in the bottom to all of that stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I'll text you those links.
Had one guest on.
No, that's not it. But I'll hit you with the link.
Cool.
He tried.
He tried.
He tried.
They had one guest on twice.
We're gonna have you all on. We're gonna have you all on.
I know who's been plugging since day one. I know who's been starting from the ground up. That's all I know.
We only skipped an episode because y'all stopped.
Yeah, no,
And that was a him thing. I still did it.
Yeah.
It got cut.
No, well, we've been shouting you out.
Sometimes I feel like it's me versus me, man.
Listen, dog, we've been shouting y'all out every episode.
Ooh, well, apparently not 1 week because my constituent over here.
I listen on release day, my guy.
You're the best.
And I pay attention. It was like, did they plug us?
You're the best.
It says it right in our scripts at the very bottom. It's like, did Popstriker plug us this week?
God.
We couldn't get to my pitch because of time, and I don't want to cut out a half hour worth of this beautiful man's beautiful words. So
Thank you.
So we'll push that off to next week.
I loved being on here. This is so much fun.
Yeah,
we got stuff in the pipeline with them. It's not just going to be a one and done.
I'm coming back. You're not going to be here for that.
I'm going to be off.
You're not going to be here for that. Saga.
But I did talk to Dane before the episode. We get 1,000 likes. Machete 2 coming. All of us going to get together.
If we get 1,000 likes, fuck it. Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it. Why
fuck
not?
it. It won't happen, but fuck it.
Fuck it.
Oh,
I'll do it.
Please don't test me.
Fuck it. I'll plug
hard
that
work
shit.
beats talent when talent don't work hard. And all I do is work hard. I will make this happen. I know people.
Fuck it. We'll do it. If
Yeah,
this gets
I wanna do
1,000,
that
if this
shit
gets
so
1,000 likes, I'll talk to
I'm
Darren
not
about
even
that.
gonna
I
watch
watch
Machete
his,
1
YouTube
first.
channel.
I'm
That's
gonna
that
go
shit
straight
all
to
the
Machete 2.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, well, are you going to outro?
Yeah, we can outro it. If you want more of us, obviously, we got all his stuff. Can you follow you places as well? If they want stuff from you personally, not just from
This is my favorite part.
Actually stream at PPBIGGINS twitch.com twitch.tv/ppbiggins.
Where did that come
It's my
from?
favorite.
That's my nickname that we had on Discord for a little bit because I was like acting like an asshole and this was like, oh, this guy big dick over here, PP Biggins over here, and like that just stuck. And I was like, so PP Biggins is my
I've been wondering it for so long.
I'll stream on Twitch relatively soon. I just started the second Yakuza game, so yeah.
You know, I've been feeling with Yakuza is what I was doing on
That's
the
the
Twitch
shit.
before I took a break.
That was gonna be my Thunderbolts pitch. That was gonna be my.
Don't get me excited now.
Yeah, no. So I was gonna do. So I beat Zero Kiwami, and so I'm gonna plan on.
If I can find time to stream again, I'm gonna pop back on and go back to streaming Zero.
I'll hit him with the link for my Twitch, and
In the description.
I'm gonna try to stream consistently on Friday nights. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So
And
excited.
of course, if you want more content from me, I'm at CapZachYoung everywhere.
yeah.
Literally
What about you?
everywhere.
You can
Sexy.
follow me. I like to send carrier pigeons to the lower southern Jersey part of the state.
Mike Tyson.
I'm usually not in the Pine Barrens, but you can catch me and my home dog the Jersey Devil chilling every Friday night. Yeah, that's about it.
What about you, Bobby?
All right, you can find me at Bobby Williams Official. If you like live music in the South Jersey area, I perform at different bars. Actually, I perform if you're in Wildwood, if you're coming down to visit, whatever, for the summer. I perform at Captain Jack's every Friday from 7 to 10, and then just some other bars and wineries and different places around the South Jersey area. So if you're looking for some live music, some like 90s grunge type, I play everything from like 60s to now. So if you're looking for somebody, I'm there. I also book for private bookings as well. So I've got some people asking me to be performing for their wedding, and I've performed for birthday parties as well. At Bobby Williams Official on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter if you'd like to follow me. Thank you.
You playing for the bitches.
Oh yeah, you know it.
He's the type of dude to bring the ukulele to the function.
And for updates on the podcast, at Kaiju and Comics, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I got all three.
Oh, our Twitter is at Popstriker Pod.
Yes.
At twitter.com.
Their podcast, Popstriker. It's got Twitter. Is the Instagram the same thing?
Darren doesn't update the Instagram. Darren doesn't.
He does when there's a new episode out.
Sometimes.
He did last time. Okay.
You can look up the same thing for the Instagram.
He does sometimes.
He's gonna kill me for saying that too. He's gonna fire me.
He steals all his content from me. First of all,
he's gonna fire me.
You're always welcome here.
I know, but he's gonna fire me.
Because I have a bone to pick with this, right? And to be fair, he told me that one thing that he did about Dr. Manhattan doing the super S.
Oh, that was funny as fuck.
I sent that to him, and he told me I'm gonna steal it, and then he posted it.
I'll constantly get DMs from him going, "Put this on the Twitter," and I'm like, "You have the password for the Twitter. I'm working right now. Like, you do it. No, you do it."
The only reason why they don't have the passwords for stuff is number one, because I forgot what it is, and number two, they won't do anything with it. Like I'll post. I don't know if he accepted it, but I sent Techie the admin stuff for the Facebook page. To be fair, I'm bad with the Facebook page too, but I'm bad with the social media.
How did you send it? Oh, over Facebook Messenger or?
In the Facebook page, it said, "Would you like?" So it should just be in your Facebook request.
Yeah. Okay. All right, we'll talk about it. But outro this.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. So with that being said,
this is an outro.
Comics.
Ready?
Bye.
I just start.
We love you.
You want to do the outro?
You want me to do the outro?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the outro? If you want to do the outro,
I don't know how to do the outro.
You act like we have an actual outro.
Do we have an outro?
No.
Thank you for listening this fine and wonderful morning, not the afternoon, because I go to bed at 11:59 in the morning. Thank you and goodbye.
Beautiful.
Bye.
It's a bit every
Camera's
week
hot, so it won't matter.